a party atmosphere. You may as well, you know.
It is. I mean, listen. It is a party atmosphere.
Yeah.
It is.
Sure is. We like to try to make it comfortable, welcoming.
We like to get loosey-goosey in
I
here.
like this, man.
Hell yeah.
This is why we should be doing this all the time over at the station.
Dude, I wish, man. That'd be fucking sweet.
Yeah, there you go. This time our place, next time your place.
I like that.
Right?
Huh?
I like that.
That'd be fucking cool.
You guys ready to get kicked off?
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
Hey, friends, it's time for another new episode of the Two Clouded Mind Show with your favorite hosts, Chris.
I have a very caveman brain.
And Dave.
He's falling apart in front of our eyes.
Subscribe to the Two Clouded Mind Show on YouTube and everywhere you get your podcasts. Hi, friends. We're back.
Hello and welcome.
We did, dude.
We're working hard.
We're working on it.
All that you need to know if you are watching this right now is that you can tune in every single Wednesday and get some fresh Two Clouded Minds action. That's all you need to know. Every
Set your
Wednesday,
clock.
like clockwork,
Set your clock.
we are here hanging out, having a good time.
You can set your clock for sure.
Hell
for
yeah.
sure.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we're going to be doing some time travel right now, just so you know. This episode is going to air in the future at some point, but we'll let you know the date.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
don't make it look like I was in the summer here because I'm wearing a sweatshirt right now.
Yeah, no.
You're like,
no.
why is he wearing a sweatshirt in the middle of summer?
It's evergreen. What we do is we
Yes.
try to keep this studio as cold as possible all the way year round. That way everybody's dressed the same.
Well, I was just going to say, is that just to keep the beers cold? You know?
It's a good idea.
That too. That too.
idea.
Holy crap. But yeah, guys, welcome back to another episode, another week. Today's a bit of a special one. I mean,
They're all
definitely-
special.
They're all special.
But this one's
one,
extra
a
special.
little extra special, especially for me. We got a special guest today, my friend and yours from 95.9 The Rat, Mr. Gotts.
Oh, how you doing? He's doing, man.
Welcome.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me here, man.
Dude, thanks for coming, man. I really appreciate it.
It's been a long time to have me here, man.
Yeah, dude. It really.
This setup is crazy sick, man. This is psychedelic right here, dude. This is awesome.
Thank you. Thank you
I'm
very much.
loving this,
Thank
dude.
you so much. I mean,
Even the chairs are like a little more comfortable than when I'm sitting, you know? Usually he's like throwing like bottles at my head at this point, like starting to show off, you know? But yeah, man, this is a nice introduction. This is cool.
Yeah, man. I was
Thanks
a
for
little
having me,
nervous.
man.
Yeah, I mean, professional radio guy. I'm just a podcaster. You know, trying to announce you. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna fuck this up.
Yeah, we got
No
we got a
way.
major leaguer in the house, and we're
Yeah.
out here in the doing minor league stuff. But yeah, man, thank you so much for coming in. We really do
Absolutely,
appreciate
brother.
it.
Like I said, thanks for having me here, man. This is awesome.
Thank you.
Like I
dude.
said, man, this has been a long time that Chris and I have been trying to get this all going. And then finally, I got the thumbs up to be here, so it's an honor.
And thank you to the Rat also for
Yep.
for that thumbs up. That's obviously very important to note. The Rat is very awesome. If you're watching this and you're not from New Jersey, the Rat is a local rock station here, 95.9 FM.
That's right.
And yeah, this is the official tissue right here.
And if you are watching online or something like that, you're out like in the listening area of 95.9 The Rat, you can't get the signal, just go to WRT.com and hit the listen live button. Bam, you're in.
WRT.com.
WART.com.
Ooh.
WART.
You get the
We all know that, bud.
Absolutely.
You're awesome.
So yo, let's start at the beginning. I always ask, this is the question. Chris is gonna laugh because I ask this question every single guest that we have in here.
Yeah.
Make believe that I don't know anything about your background, that I don't know, like, you know, whatever. And make believe that our audience doesn't really know about your background. So like, tell us a little bit, fill us in, like how long you've been doing radio, like give us a little bit of the backstory, the origin story.
Yeah, how did it start? Like, where did it all like come from? I know that's like a very like
Loaded question.
it's a very
Yeah,
loaded question.
It's a long ass answer, but it gives us a place to start.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Hold
yeah.
on. We're going to need some more beer here, man. by the time we get-
We got it. We got it.
We got plenty for you.
No, it's that's a damn good question. Not many people really go in depth in that. I'm glad you guys did ask that. Now I get to really tell the story.
Go for it.
I was doing construction back when I graduated high school, which was in 2000, and college was not for me, you know, like, other than the parties.
Yeah.
But
Amen, brother.
right, and then you know, I just sucked at doing construction. You know, like they would ask me how many 16ths there are in an inch. And I was like, there must be millions of them, you know, trying to read a tape measure. So that didn't pan out so well. And then, I kept getting laid off from the union. I was doing union sheet metal at the time. And then from there, I kept getting laid off, and I was still kind of young, living home with my parents. And what happened was my friends were like, come on, man, we just booked a cruise. We're going to go on Royal Caribbean Cruise Line. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. I mean, I got, I've never been on one before. Let's
Sounds
go.
like fun.
So we went out, and believe it or not to try to pry here, like I'm not, 4-inch arm, 6-inch arm, patting myself on the back. But we just made a mockery of this boat, and I just took the whole damn thing over.
Nice.
And they kept calling me the mayor of the boat. So I was running around, and next, we ran into this guy, Goose, who was, like, in charge of, like, the whole entertainment section of the Royal Caribbean line.
Mm-hmm.
So, he would be hosting, like, the belly flop contest and different, dodgeball things and going on.
Yeah.
Well, next Goose is nowhere to be found on this Royal Caribbean boat.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and I was like, maybe, somebody, like, threw his ass overboard or something. So I don't know what happened to this guy, Goose. And then, long story short, I just kind of picked up the microphone. And I was talking to the DJ, and I was like, "Dude, man, give me that thing." Next, I'm hosting, rock climbing wall contests and all this crazy stuff. And next, we pull into like, St. Thomas or something, and all the boys and my friends they were like, "Come on, we're renting jet skis." And I was like, "I can't. I got the belly flop contest. I got all that thing right
I'm
now."
working.
Here. So. Next, there was a note under my door the one morning, and it says that it's from Royal Caribbean. Like the captain wants to meet you, and I was kind of thinking like this must be the principal's office.
Right. This is where
That's
the other
what I
shoe
would
drops.
think. Yeah, that's
I was
what I
like,
would think.
This can't be good.
Yeah, I'm in trouble.
You're right.
Right. I've been getting away with it till now.
And
they finally caught up to me. Right.
Well, next they're like, well, you got to dress really nice. You're gonna have dinner with the captain.
Ooh, that's not the principal's office.
No. So
Oh.
now I'm like, okay, let's go on up and have dinner with the captain. Man, this is the best courtroom I've ever been if we're going to get in this kind of trouble.
Hell yeah.
So I sit down, and the guy's like, I'm noticing you all over the boat here on the computer screens. And, like, we don't know really what happened with Goose. We think Goose just quit. And you've been in charge
That's
of, like, all
incredible.
this stuff, and you're getting all these people riled up. And we want to offer you a job on Royal Caribbean.
Nice. Now that's a vacation. God damn it.
Right?
That's a vacation right there. Go on vacation and never go home.
Well, that was just it. I was gun-ho ready to do this, like I said, coming out of the sheet metal thing, and I sucked at it and all that jazz. And I'm sitting there, and I was like, you know what? I need time to think about this. And while I'm thinking about it, I noticed my bar bill also underneath my door that you left me to come have dinner with you.
Shit.
And he goes, oh, yeah, is that bad? And I go, well, it didn't even fit underneath the door. You actually hung it. It was so thick. It was
It's like the yellow pages.
it really was.
It's like the morning paper looped over twice.
It was like the
Hanging.
yellow pages, like from China. I was like, this damn thing was this thick. So I was like, you might want to think about taking care of that for me. So he did. And next year I'm running around the boat, and I'm telling everybody, that all the friends, people like, oh, there's the mayor of Royal Caribbean.
You're like, I'm the president now, bitch.
Oh, yeah, baby. I just went from the mayor to the governor from the, and overnight here. And I ran into a lady named Linda from Texas, and Linda's like, you're not working on Royal Caribbean. And she was like, just what you said before. You don't even know what happened to this guy, Goose.
Right.
And she's like, you end up sleeping with one of these girls on the boat. A lot of these guys are from, like, third world countries and everything like that. And maybe they're
Yeah.
banging them. It's double dipping, if you will. They'll take your ass and throw your ass overboard. And that kind of changed my whole outlook.
Imagine that. So we're goofing. Goose might have actually got
Yeah.
tossed.
He might have. Who the hell knows? If
So
Goose right now, buddy,
Right.
check in.
If Goose, if you're out there, let us know, please. Drop a comment below.
I know it's been like a bunch of years, but I'm really worried about your well-being.
Yeah. Hey,
It's only been a few minutes, and I'm terrified.
where you fish food?
Yeah,
We
right,
wanna know.
right.
Right. You
We
okay?
want to know.
You
Right.
good? Goose, you good?
Yeah, Goose, man. Talk to me, Goose. Talk to me, Goose.
Just honk if you're.
Seriously.
But this lady Linda came up for me from Texas, and she said,
No, was she on the boat or she was just a
yes,
friend?
She was just a friend that I met through. They were on actually their honeymoon.
Mm.
This lady Linda, and she's like, I have a friend of mine that runs the Connecticut School of Broadcasting, and they're based at there's a bunch of schools throughout the the tri-state area here.
Mhm.
And she was like, she works up in Hasbrook Heights, right outside Giant Stadium there. And she was, why don't you go up there? Just, give her, I already called her. You're good to go. She's dying to meet you. And I got up there and I started meeting a bunch of people from, everybody wants to get into sports radio for some odd reason. And that's like one of the toughest sections of radio to actually do. I mean, you really got to know your ins and outs when it comes to that kind of that genre.
I mean, me, I'm a bit of an expert, but I don't like,
Don't like to brag about it.
I guess I'm going back to sheet metal then, huh? But it was just a big like eye opener for me when I went into that school. Like I thought I was running like a NASA ship, like I mean you get the gist of it, all the buttons and everything's blinking in there. So the lady's like, "Don't freak out. I'm gonna teach you all this." And then I kind of decided, like, you know what, I'm gonna really stay focused on this. And that's what I did. And then I graduated like number 1 in my class, I believe, out of all the kids.
Nice.
And they gave you 3 options. You can go, and I put down the Rat being number 1, because that's the only radio station I really knew that. And then I put down like Howard for number 2, and MTV, I think, was big, still big at the time, other than that Jersey Shore crap,
Mm-hmm.
It was still actually playing videos, and like, they had like TRL with Carson Daly.
Still actually had music on MTV.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Thank you.
that's shocking. I mean, really not so shocking, but like I guess you were always in this town, correct? Like you grew up in and around this area?
Yes and no. I was about a half hour from here. I grew up in a town called Monroe.
Okay.
But we always had the beach houses and stuff like that. I have 4 older brothers, so they, I would just come down here and do a lot of drinking with them when they got the beach houses. So, yes and no. Mostly like the summers we were down here.
I think it's crazy that Howard was your number 2.
Yeah. I put down him, and then the Rat was the first people to call me up.
Nice.
And then I just went down there and I walked to the door, and they looked at me like I had 30 heads, and they're like, at one point they were like, "What is this kid, part of the Make-A-Wish Foundation or something? What's wrong with him?"
He won a prize. This guy won a prize.
Yeah. Here's your lottery scratch-off, kid. Get the hell out the door. Well, yeah, just started from there, and that was probably like 2006, somewhere around that time, and I've been there ever since.
Wow.
That's sick.
Yeah,
So you've
man.
been at the Rat ever since 2006. That's pretty sick.
Somewhere right around there, yeah. 2005,
Fantastic.
2006, something like that.
Who's your favorite band?
Ooh, man. That I got to meet or just got,
That you like to listen to?
You know what? Man. That I like to listen to, believe it or not, right now that's on my mind, it has to be either Shinedown or Papa Roach.
Okay.
I might lean towards Papa Roach because the guy is like, he's got so much energy up on stage.
Mm-hmm.
And he just gets the crowd going nuts.
Mhm.
And it's more like my vibe, like that rap rock kind of thing that I grew up with.
Are they still out there doing it?
Oh,
Papa
my
Roach?
God,
yeah,
yeah.
they
I
are.
saw them back in the day, and he's doing his front flips on stage and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
I saw them when they first blew up. I want to say I saw them in Asbury someplace, maybe the Stone Pony, but
Yeah,
I
they
didn't know they
tear
were
it up.
still out there doing it. That's awesome.
Matter of fact, it was like a double shot for me because they just went on tour with Shinedown. And it was like a Rap Presents thing. And I was like running around. I was like, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, I'm sneaking it. Matter of fact, I was like, where's my tickets? And the Rat's like, we don't have any for you. And I was like, uh-oh.
It's a problem.
I was waving like the Rat Pass around like Wayne's World,
Yeah.
Lemonades.
That's right.
Now, being in a position that you're in, are you still able to appreciate music the way you used to before you were in radio and you were so involved in it? Do you see it differently? Because I imagine
Ow.
now you see more of the ins and outs of it. You see, what we see as the public, and I'm sure you see like the dirty underbelly every once in a while.
Damn good question, too, man.
We do the hard hitting stuff here at the Two Clouded Mind Show.
Yes. I think initially when I went in there, I was listening to it, the one way, and then, learning, because I don't play any instruments or something like that, but I got to see a lot of these bands before they even go on stage, and they'll do like sound check, and you really get to adapt to like what talent they actually go through, like the process, and they're like, and I got to interview them those questions. What's the process? I mean, like one song will really stand out to me, for an example, And I said, what was the writing process on that? And the answer that they'll give you will change your whole opinion. You know, initially they'll say something like, oh yeah, like your meaning of what they wrote is way off to what they actually mean in that song. So yeah, it definitely changes your whole perspective
That's awesome.
on different types of music like that. I mean, I asked Ozzy a bunch of questions at one point, and you know, he's a difficult guy to understand, and it is.
Right.
And it takes him like 10 minutes to answer a question because he's like, I'm like, Ozzy, man, how you doing? You know, I'm God's man. You know, man. You know, yeah. I'm like, yes, I know. Just answer the damn question. No, but I understand what the guy went
Come on, I
through.
only have 10 minutes.
But yeah, he was a real gem, that one. But yeah, honestly, it does. It changes your whole outlook when it comes to stuff like that because, like I said, man, they're writing what they really feel and what I actually, you know, but that's good. That's what's nice about music. You know, you have your own opinion and your own look, you know, to change it all around like that.
It's nice. Yeah, it's a language that can speak to you and say something totally different to different people.
Absolutely. You know, music will change anybody in the way they want it to be changed, you know, whether it, you know, lets some anger out, you know, in a mosh pit or, you know, really heartfelt music. You know, Papa Roach, perfect example. I mean, I did, you know, keep bringing it up, but they just came out with a song, Leave the Light On. And I mean, that song's about suicide, you know?
That's the one where he's in the woods or something, right? The video.
Yeah, the video. Yep. But I mean, people were crying out in the crowd when I saw that one. I was like, wow, I mean, that's safe. If it's going to change your life for the better, rock on, you know?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Fucking hey.
Or even just like give you an opportunity to express something that you wouldn't have been able to express yourself. Like you have a feeling inside of you, but you don't know how to put it into words or but get it out of you. And these bands are giving people an opportunity to connect with those things and get those feelings out that they wouldn't have been able to express otherwise.
If we were in church right now, you get a big amen for that, bro.
There you go.
Amen.
We do amens in here.
Hell
yeah.
They do amens. I do Hail Satan.
What do we listen to, Manson?
We like to keep the balance.
So what do you do when you're not? Well, let me ask you this question because I don't know the answer to this one. Like, what's your time of day? Like when people want to tune into the Rat and hear you, what time can they tune
The
into
best part. It's the best part.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what that is though.
If you had a guess what the best part of, if you had to think of a time slot that you're going to listen to him, what would you think it would be?
Afternoon, morning? I don't know.
Morning drive,
yeah?
baby.
How sick is that?
That's
dude?
awesome. So it's what? So you have to start. You got to get up early then. Like,
Oh,
what's your-
yeah,
What are
yeah.
your like? What does a day for you look like hours wise?
I usually get up like right around 5:30 in the morning,
Okay.
and it is hard getting up at 5:30 in the morning because you're not drinking, you know, all the night before. So it's like, oh boy. And once you get that do it fluid in you, it's kind of hard to stop. So it's and plus people keep coming into the bar. My favorite bar is Bar A, of course. So I'm always in there, and then you get kind of carried away. You know, the chin wagging, and then like I said, the beer start flowing, and then next you look down, it's like 12:30 at night. Like, oh boy.
Whoops.
So sometimes I find myself just going right to the Rat and crashing on the couch.
Okay.
And my alarm clock is like Carl and Dave from the Morning Rap. He's kicking me like, get up, get up. So
Get this knucklehead up here.
right. So yeah, you just gotta get through the morning show. But I actually find myself doing a lot better sometimes when I have like a hangover. Then I go in there like without one.
You feel
Really?
like you gotta be more on your toes, I guess.
Yeah, well, I hear that. Like I'm still kind of buzzed, maybe a little
Right. Yeah.
bit,
You're still
you
a
know?
little loose.
Exactly.
What time do you
Exactly.
get off the air?
10. Well, like 9:45.
Okay.
And then, I'm usually out the door by, 10 a.m. If I got some extra production work and stuff like that I got to follow up on.
I was about to ask you, how much when a radio host is off the air, like how much stuff do you have to do at the station as far as like recording bits or
Yeah, like do you have a
spots?
lot of admin.
Is
work?
there or anything like that? Like how much stuff do you got to do aside from just like being on the air?
I'm a man of many hats, I guess you can say over there. I do, especially on the air, but A lot of production work. You know, Jimmy Steele, he's the man, the myth, the legend when it comes to stuff like that. And he's taught me a lot about production, editing, cutting, piecing stuff together and making it sound like legit.
So you're chopping it up back there also.
Yeah,
Nice.
like, a lot of radio people that I know for a fact that, they'll just go into the production room, they have the production manager, and then they just do their spot and leave. They just lay down their voice and leave.
Right.
And sometimes, like you want to put your own personal touches to it. Once you hear it on the air, you're like, I would have changed this, or I would have done that. I would have tweaked this a little bit. I
Right.
would have fucking put this, track in instead of that track. If I'm saying a band coming into Starland Ballroom, people like will use certain music where I would have changed it to be a little bit more hard and heavy, a little more aggressive, a little more upbeat.
To match the
Well,
content. To match
well,
whatever.
to match my voice, really, because I'm like,
okay.
it's coming to Starland,
Right.
stuff like that. Matter of fact, the reason I bring that up is because, like, you wouldn't do, like, a funeral parlor, if a funeral parlor comes to the Rat and says, like, hey, can you do a commercial for us, a spot for us?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like, it's,
Slipknot.
right. Get him down to Becky's funeral. Bring him in, push him in. Bring him, baby, don't worry. You don't
Turn
wanna
and
be-
burn, baby. Turn and burn.
Yes. You don't want to be like that. We'll fire him up. Don't worry.
Right.
We'll cremate him. Burn. Yeah, you got to like have it mellow. But I mean, there's just different ways to read different types of scripts and stuff like that.
Right.
But it doesn't even stop there. Even when I get done with production per se, and nevertheless, I mean, like you like I'll have to go do a promotion now. I'll be on the road with the Rat Van. And
Okay.
we set up a tent, you're out there for a couple hours, just being behind the microphone's one thing, being the eyes and ears on, of the Rat
The
is
face,
a whole,
being
exactly.
out there.
That's just as important.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Do you have like how many events, how many things like that do you do on like a say a week? Do you have to do like weekly or monthly? How does that work? Are you out there often?
Mostly, it gets more busier as the seasons progress. Like summer, you're out there a lot.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Like Lakewood Blue Claws and stuff like that. Well, Jersey Shore Blue Claws are called now. We're always out there. Thirsty Thursdays, they do that kind of stuff. Stone Boney summer stages shows. PNC are always out and about. Stuff like that. Winter, like fall, winter, it kind of slows down a little bit. But I mean, you're still always on the go.
Yeah.
Like tomorrow, I have a polar bear plunge that I'm doing for the Ladison Network.
Oh, nice.
So I'll be down at Leggett's in Manasquan.
Okay.
Please join us.
Unfortunately, that will have been
That'll be part of the
passed
time
by the
travel.
time this. Yeah, by the time this.
I'm
we're
sorry.
pretty great. No, it's okay.
So
but-
how was your polar plunge?
Right.
Freezing.
Have you? Let me ask you this: have you ever done a polar plunge?
I've done a bunch of polar bear plunges.
Yeah, because
I've done it pretty much ever since I started the rap.
We are doing our first one on the 24th of February in Seaside, and I've never done it before.
I've never done
Is that the
either.
Special Olympics one?
Yes.
Is
yes.
it? Yeah. That one gets crazy packed.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like we're raising some money for it. We gotta.
Good.
We hit our mark, so we're in. We're like we're able to do the thing. You have
Yeah,
to like
we
get
got-
a certain
Yeah,
minimum.
we hit
and
the
then you're
minimum,
good.
so we're good.
Yeah.
We're a team.
So we're plunging.
I'm not. I
Any
got
advice?
booted out of that one.
How?
Well, the rat showed up, and next thing you know, I guess 101.5, our the competitor there, they were like, why is the Gots here from 95 on the Rat? Like, Joe Henry was like, get him out of here. So they made
So
us pack
you
him up.
personally, or your whole crew had it?
Oh yeah, the whole crew.
But what
wow.
gets me is it's a charity event.
Exactly.
Yeah. So they didn't care
Who
about the charity.
cares?
They didn't care about the charity. They cared about the clip.
It was a
Yeah,
pissing
they never
match for
really
them.
called us back to have us come back for that one. I guess
Yeah.
somebody over there got pissed.
Something political happened.
sucks.
Yeah.
That's how it normally works,
Yeah,
So stupid.
unfortunately. But
Ooh,
yeah, so
so
okay.
dumb.
Any advice for us for our first polar plunge? Like
Ooh,
how to handle it?
I actually have the best advice for you.
Thank you. Go.
You ready for this?
Yeah,
When you jump in,
don't jump in.
Right.
actually, before you jump in,
Okay.
make sure you have a lot of alcohol in you because that will definitely help you out. Like some JMO really, will take care of you on that one. Of course, big shout out to Miller Lite.
There you go.
Keep drinking those. But big thing that I've learned is you want to wear booties, wetsuit booties.
Feet. Yeah, I was thinking about that. You got to have something on your feet.
You totally do, because once you come out of the water, it's like you're walking on glass. It really does. It feels like you're walking on glass. So get
Yeah.
yourself a pair of wetsuit booties. And the first time I've really jumped in the water, I ran out. I was like, my feet, and not realizing I should probably get wetsuit booties was the one year I came out, and I believe it was News Channel 12 was on the beach, and they're like, "Oh, it's over here. Can we talk to you?" And I'm like, my feet, man. They're like, come on, get the camera.
Hurry up, motherfucker.
I felt like that guy, was it from Family Guy?
Yeah.
Where he's like, "How'd the water feel?" I'm like,
That's right.
Ollie.
Yeah,
Weatherman.
the weatherman.
Ollie.
yeah. Like, what's it look like? It's gonna rain.
Right. So
But-
wetsuit booties. All right. That's,
Wetsuit booties,
Like,
man.
Thank you.
like aqua socks?
I don't know what that is.
Is
Maybe
that the same thing?
Maybe.
Aqua socks.
Yeah.
Is that something you jerk off into? What is that?
Yeah, you
I'm wearing them right now then.
yeah, listen.
No, wetsuit booties is
Aqua socks.
oh my God, they just popped up. Look it up. Oh wow, you brought that up.
Future.
We got it all, baby. We
Voice
got it all.
activated
Yeah,
studio.
man. I was gonna say that's really good.
Yo, would this be good for me right here? Is this what you're talking about? Just something like this?
Or wait, I want to see.
You got to go with a different color, man. Your eyes, man.
Well,
Your eyes.
Yeah. Look up wetsuit booties. I want to
Yeah,
see
yeah,
what
just
wetsuit
wetsuit
booty
booties. I'm
is.
telling
I
you.
like saying it. Wetsuit booties.
Yeah, it's like what all the surfers wear, you
Oh,
know, and stuff
same
like
stuff.
that.
Yeah, same. Okay,
Yeah, yeah, there
you
you
go.
go.
There we go. Heat,
Okay.
heat sock. That's what I
Ooh,
like.
wait.
Heat socks.
Heat sock.
And it's
Yeah.
only a heat sock. It's only $40, but the Johns next to them were $75, and they weren't heat.
This is a O'Neill 3mm heat sock pair. That might be what I gotta get. Something like that.
There you go.
Sounds good to me. Heat sock.
Yeah.
I
but
might get a third one. You know, just in case.
Oh, and also hold your piss until you get out there.
And then pee
Oh,
out there.
and
So
then
warm it
so
up.
pee out
Look
there,
at
man,
you.
yeah.
Little piece.
I-
The people around you really start thanking you.
Wow.
It's like an
that's-
aura.
That's funny, man.
No.
Come near
'Cause I
me
can
if you want to
actually
live.
I can actually see that. Guys. I'm warm
Also-
over here.
Let me tell you, just for safety hazards and reasons, don't just run and dive into the water.
Oh no.
There's like sandbar. People like break their neck by doing
Oh,
that. You know,
yeah,
the
yeah,
sandbars.
Yeah.
Just walk in and just try to go on. Bend down, just go under.
Donkey.
If you want to swim out a little bit, that's fine. But just don't go diving in. You can break
you'll
your
screw
neck.
yourself.
Am I
up
cool to
quick.
run down in there, to like fall in, like, dunk down into the water,
Mhm.
and then just get up and get the hell right out again?
I think that's the plan.
Is that what
I
everybody
think that's
does?
the
Like
plan.
nobody's like staying in the water.
Nobody
right?
hangs out.
You'll
right?
see a couple really blasted drunk people out there, especially the one you're doing because it's so nuts. You don't want to be the first one in. That's another good point. You don't want to be the first one in because if
'Cause
you
then
just
you're
run in and try running back
you're
out,
You're gonna have to go
you
through
got to
the
wait
crowd.
for all the people still coming in, and then you are jumping in on top of you, hitting you in the
Smart.
head and stuff like that.
Crazy, dude.
So, yeah,
we
just
got to
be-
wear GoPros. We got to wear.
Oh
GoPros.
yeah, absolutely,
Or
absolutely.
Are,
dude.
are the 360 cams waterproof?
I don't know. I mean, I have the 360 cam, but I'd have to see. There's probably a housing you could get. There might be a housing you could get. I don't know.
All right.
They have the
talk later,
chest
'cause I
ones, though,
wanna
don't
get
they?
one.
Well, the GoPro,
they
we,
do,
I
yeah.
do have the GoPro with the chest, and I have a head strap for the GoPro, so we should be good with the GoPros.
Right.
But I got to make sure that I have the waterproof housing. But
Right.
I also have a 360 camera, like a VR camera.
Beautiful.
But I don't know if there's a housing. I have to check if they make a waterproof housing for that.
I think some guy jumped out. To be honest with you, he jumped out wearing he had the drone with him,
Okay.
but I guess the remote that he had wasn't waterproof.
Oh no.
He took it in the water with him. What a maniac,
that was the
man.
scuttlebutt back at the bar.
So-
I didn't see the guy jumping personally.
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
I was just hearing about it.
What a
That's
dummy.
dumb. Yeah.
But I was like, what the hell were you thinking?
you
Right?
deserve what you get in that situation.
Because I'm just sitting out there and I just see I'm like, is that a bird just dying?
Boom.
It's like, shoop, gone.
But
Play
right
stupid
in.
games, win stupid
That's
prizes.
exactly right.
Damn.
That's
You definitely don't want to do that.
No way. Those things.
But
are
I'm
cheap.
praying for you boys to have nice weather.
Thank you.
I think
Yeah.
tomorrow it's supposed to down. Well,
Well,
sorry.
starting tonight, we're supposed to get some weather like in a couple hours.
Yeah.
Right.
Weird. And what's weird is the welcome to the weather section of the show.
Right.
It's gonna rain.
Here's Chris with the weather.
It's gonna get like progressively warmer tomorrow, and then like 4 o'clock, the bottom's just gonna drop out. It's gonna get freaking cold. And
Nice.
then we're in a pocket of like 12 days of freezing.
Are we
cold
gonna
weather.
get any snow?
They
I-
said it like
I
maybe
hope
this
not.
Tuesday.
I
Yeah.
hope not. I'm the
Okay.
guy that's got to clean it up, dude.
I know.
Oh, sorry.
I am too.
I want
sorry.
it. I don't
I
want
hate
it.
it.
Yeah, I hate it. I
I'm not a
don't
snow
want it.
guy.
I don't want
I'm
it.
not. I hate it.
I like the idea of snow. Sometimes it's a pain in the ass, though. You know, like I like in my mind when I see snow, I'm like, okay, cool, I can go snowboarding now. But I'm not going snowboarding anytime soon. I don't have anything planned.
I always liked
Yeah.
it when I was a kid, so we didn't have to go to school or something. That was
Yes,
it.
exactly right. But when we were kids, it was a total opposite of the way it is now, where it's like there's like it's snowing and you're like hoping that you get school canceled.
Yeah.
And nowadays it's like it's windy outside, school's canceled.
Yeah.
Right,
Right.
or wrong? Right,
Right.
or wrong? It's
Yeah.
crazy to me. I'm like, oh wait, what? And you look at the news or whatever, and it's like schools were canceled today because it's supposed to rain.
Or did you ever get really pissed off when all the schools went down and yours got skipped?
Yes, you have to wait, and they're announcing the
That always
schools, and
happened
they
to
come
me.
across the screen, and you're like, "Where's mine? Where's mine?" And then
Yeah.
alphabetically it goes by, and you're like, "There's clearly there's got to be some
It
mistake."
was a mistake. I would always wait for it to scroll again.
Yeah, you gotta.
And then I would try to lie and be like, "Yeah, it was just I just you just missed it."
Yeah.
You're bullshit and go to school. Fuck.
I know. That always drove me nuts. I'm like, wait, it was all the Catholic cool kids, man. That got,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, yeah.
yeah, we don't have to go to school today. And I felt like just like throwing snowballs at their house from the bus stop
Yeah.
as they would watch me from the window eating like, Captain Crunch berries. Yeah, they little bastards.
Fucking assholes.
I know.
Fucking
I know.
assholes. Yeah, I always got screwed over with snow days.
Mm.
Always.
Me too.
But I mean, I wasn't in school very long, so I guess it made up for it.
It's all right. Now
Yeah.
I would love a snow day. You tell me it's just a snow day, just go play in the snow all day. Yeah, I'll do that.
See,
I like it because you don't have to buy ice for beer.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect.
You know,
Yeah,
that's
just
what
line them
totally
up,
nice
line 'em
stuff.
up right outside.
Yeah, just
That's
throw 'em
it,
right
man.
outside.
That's pretty good. I like smoking outside in the snow. But again, I think it's also because like snowboarding, I'm sitting out on the mountain with the snow coming down, you know, burn one down. It's always a nice time.
When was the last time you went snowboarding?
Last winter, I
You-
usually go at least once a year.
Because we didn't really get any snow.
No, I know. I go to Vermont.
Oh, you do? You take the trip, huh?
If I'm gonna go one time, it's like my one like vacation, quote unquote, or weekend a year where I'm just gonna go and do my thing.
Yeah.
I'll go and take the ride. It's like a 5-hour drive to go up to Killington because you know they got like a big mountain. There's a lot of stuff going on up there, so I'll just make a weekend trip.
You definitely don't want to take me snowboarding. I'm the worst at the worst. I'm like Goofy up there or whatever, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm literally like Bambi on ice. Like my ass is skidding
Well,
out
I'll
all
tell-
over. Like,
have you done it a lot?
I think I did it twice.
See, that's what it is. The more you do it, it's not easy to learn. It's really not easy. Like
Right.
skiing is pretty easy to learn.
What?
Skiing is very
I
easy.
thought
to
that would
learn.
have been harder.
Snowboarding is harder. Skiing, you have the two separate feet where you can establish a platform for yourself. The snowboarding with your both of your feet strapped to the same board,
Right.
you have it's about balance, and very often your balance is over the center of where your normal gravity would be. So like in normal sense, you would never lean over far enough to fall down. But in snowboarding, you have to lean over far enough where you would normally fall down. So it's like it's just but having your both feet stuck to the same board is usually what screws people up.
I always thought it was going to be like, because I went surfing a lot, you know,
Mhm.
as a kid. And I kind of got the gist of that. And then I got on a snowboard and I was like, what is going on here, man? Like, it's all like the rails and everything. You got to
Yeah.
stay
You
on
have
the
to stay
rail.
on the very edge of the board both times, and that's why like you would normally on a surfboard, the idea is to maintain balance in the center of the board where you're
Yes.
flat on the water and you're standing up.
Right.
But snowboarding is different because the mountain is at an angle, and you want to be sort of at an angle to the mountain. So you always have to be, your center of gravity is over the back. Like it's like the Michael Jackson video where they lean forward real far. Like you
Yeah,
you gotta
yeah.
be doing that all the time, or on your heels all the time, where you're like all the way on your heels or all the way on your toes.
Yeah, that
Right,
wouldn't bode
right.
well for me.
You just
Right.
gotta.
Wouldn't
It's
bode well.
it's about getting that center of gravity. Like you're like I gotta lean farther. I just gotta let myself lean farther or lean back farther. And then once you get that where you're actually over the edge of the board instead of over the center of yourself, that's where it gets easier. But it's hard. It's hard to do.
I'll tell you what, you don't want to know how I stopped.
You just tuck
Tree,
and roll.
Oh.
tree.
No, I took out like 12 kids, man, on the
Ah.
bunny hill. I was like, bam!
Sorry, first time.
Or it's like those big orange gates, that are up.
Yep.
I went through those a couple of times.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean it's rewarding. It's a lot of fun. But like when I went the first time, we got our asses kicked. I ripped holes in my gloves. You could see my hands through both of my gloves, the palm of my hands, because my hands were on the ground, like dragging on the ground or like pushing out in front of myself to like to stop.
Wow.
I ripped my gloves open.
Holy
We got our
crap,
asses
dude.
kicked the first time, but. You stick with it, and like I said, once you get that balance, once you understand the balance of it, that it's actually over your normal center of gravity, that's when you can start to like stay on that edge and
I
enjoy
never
yourself.
snowboarded, but I skateboarded for a very long time as a kid, and
It's
I feel
different.
like I'd be able to pick it up.
Well, you heard what he just said about the
Yeah,
surfboard, right?
yeah,
it's
true.
different in that way. You
And
wouldn't you
surfing
would
is
never
way fucking harder than skateboarding.
you would never lean over the edge of the skateboard as far as you need to on a snowboard. Like your
Right.
center of
Yeah,
gravity
yeah.
still needs to be on
Yeah,
top of the
yeah.
on top of the skateboard.
Yeah.
Snowboard, it needs to be over the edge on either edge.
Huh.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm learning something new on this show.
Yeah, yeah.
We
That's-
do
that's
physics.
crazy,
We do
yeah,
a little
man.
physics. It's okay.
Absolutely.
Just throw it in
We
there.
have science time.
We got weather,
We did
science,
the, we
I'm
did the
digging
weather.
this.
We do science. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we pop on news.
Do you
we
guys want to
everything.
do okay? What's
Mathematics?
6 times 4?
24.
Yeah, you got it.
Damn, Skippy.
You nailed it.
Yeah,
Yep.
nailed
yeah.
it.
Even
Congratulations.
after he said it, I'm sitting here like
Chris
this.
is like,
Yeah, I You didn't see that, but I just went, like this.
Yeah, he
I just Googled it
Hey
real quick.
Siri, Siri, what's this guy talking about?
Oh man, I got one for you. How long did it take you before you were able to like absolutely? Because I've heard you do it and you nail it every time, hitting the post.
Oh, on songs?
Yeah.
Uh,
Is that something? Did you pick that up right away, or did you practice that?
Is there a
like-
is there a clock that counts down?
there is on some songs. Not all songs.
Oh, really?
There
oh,
is.
Okay, so I didn't know.
There
Okay,
is.
we're pulling the curtain back a little bit.
No, that's
Pulling the
good.
curtain
That's
back.
good.
Yeah,
On
yeah.
some songs, they do have it. Maybe not at 100% where you really want to hit the post. It might be like where like a drums thing comes in or something like that. But a lot of times, like brand new songs are they don't have like the clock counted in, meaning like the countdown clock for the post.
Right.
So like what I'll do before I air it is I'll listen to it beforehand and then I'll see like the clock goes down.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's a 3-minute, 30-second song and the guy starts singing at 3:26, so you know you got 4 seconds to,
Mm-hmm.
Jersey's Rat Radio and blah, 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 95.9 The Rat,
Mm-hmm.
start the song, but you know you got to end it within 4 seconds.
Okay.
So it's like,
So you're the
That's
one
really
doing the
like-
math. You're actually doing the math in your studio. We do the science and we do the weather. You guys do the math,
yeah.
right?
Perfect.
That's pretty good. But you got to be sharp on that because, like, you got to do that mental math real quick, right? You see the number on the screen. You're like, okay, I got it. I got 4 seconds.
I
Yeah.
can
And,
say
Yeah.
like
you
in
know-
that 4 seconds, I can say the name of the song and the band real quick. Boop, boop.
Right. I mean, but you just got to make sure you can time it right or extend your terminology, if you will.
Mhm.
So, like, I might even start introducing the song
before you even play it.
before you play it, and then go like, this is the brand new one, hit it, and then say, I don't know why, just Papa Roach, this
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
brand new one from Papa Roach, hit it right here on Jersey's Rat Radio, 95.9 The Rat. That's like 4 seconds right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Like
That's
that
the
kind
old-
of stuff.
The
That's
OG.
so cool. Yeah, that is the OG.
It's really,
That's
it's
really cool. There's a lot of there's so many like interesting things that you do in your world, and like I mean, obviously they kind of meld over to this world in a sense. I mean,
Yeah, we need to get better at doing our like promo stuff. Like for example, the at the end of the show when we're like, make sure you like and subscribe and do all this stuff. Like that type of stuff we still aren't really super sharp at yet. We got to get better at, setting up at the beginning and being like, hey, make sure you like and subscribe, and then at the end like and subscribe and do all the stuff.
Yeah.
Like when we had our last
you
guest.
feel like
in,
that's like very cliche though.
it certainly
I
is,
do.
and
It
I think
feels
that's
forced
why
sometimes, and it's like he just said, like I don't know the whole. Yeah, it's very
it
cliche.
feels
it's very.
I think that's why we still haven't gotten to our groove yet.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's
feel
because
natural.
like it's not, we haven't found something that works for us, right? Because obviously the very canned, sort of like a way that everybody on, say, YouTube or whatever social media is doing it doesn't really fit us. It doesn't suit us, so it doesn't feel right. But we haven't found what does. You know what I mean? Like, how do we make sure we hit all those things, like say all the correct information and make sure that people know all the things that they should be doing, all the actions that they should be taking, right? But do it
the proper steps.
Yeah.
exactly, but in a way that still suits us and still fits us. And so I think we're still really feeling that out.
I mean, we'll get there one day, but
Oh, definitely.
for the time being, it's just going to be what it is. I
Yeah.
mean,
We're getting
I'll help you. Ready? Click and subscribe, or I'm gonna come piss on your lawn.
he means it too.
I'm gonna
Blaine, I know your
I'm just gonna
address.
clip that. That's gonna be a button. We're just gonna hit that at the end of every
Click and
show.
subscribe. I'm gonna piss on your lawn.
I love it. I love it. But yeah, I mean, there's so many interesting aspects about your job that I don't know.
No, I truly am blessed when it comes to that station alone and the Rat family. They really are like family. I mean, I know like the Rat, the Robin, they're all great. Like Robin's like my second mom, to be honest with you. Carl's like my second dad. I mean, he still beats me with a belt sometimes. And of course, Dave does the show. I mean, he's great with sports. Everybody has their own addition to what they add to it. Jimmy Steele, the whole Rat staff, even the part-timers, everybody steps up and definitely does their part. And I think where I fit in with 95.9 The Rat, I've never said this before because, I think they all get the gist of it. But where I fit in is, the guy out there on the roads, like, they'll send me out for the polar bear plunges. They'll send me out to live on the billboard.
And so I wanted to touch on that too, but go ahead, finish.
Yeah, it's
Because you're the mayor. They know that you're the mayor.
yeah, just going out and getting it all done, being like
Get the people moving.
exactly, being like, I guess not the face of the radio. I don't want to be like that guy.
But you have the energy.
Yeah, like I could go anywhere on that time spot, like throughout any of those shows. Like I know how to do all those shows. I could do the morning show. I could, Robin's show, Jimmy's show, but I could go in there and bang out my own production work. So it's like you show value to them as much as they have as much fun with you, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes total sense.
Like they'll make me wear these crazy outfits. I go to Rat Fest every year and they make me dress up, but the audience loves it.
Right.
I mean, sort of the bands.
Yeah,
the bands, man, they love it. I mean, we can get in depth in that.
At the end of the day, you're having a good time too.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Once the beer starts
yeah,
flowing, I don't care what I wear,
Of course. Of course.
But I mean, I've been in
course.
diapers and French maid outfits with the governor. I mean, that was Governor Christie. I mean, geez, what else have we done?
The ferry. You're
Yeah,
just
the ferry. I almost got killed in Newark for that one. That was a doozy. Handed toilet paper
That was
out.
a doozy.
It really was, man. I'm not even putting you on.
Dressed as a fairy, handing out toilet paper. What, during the pandemic?
No. Excuse me. Newark, the town of Newark, the city of Newark actually cut funding for public, certain things, like paper
Sure.
towels. And they, toilet paper.
Okay.
They cut the toilet paper out, funding for it. So I went to, I think it was like the State Building or something, whatever is up there right behind Prudential Center. I don't even remember what it's called. It's like Town Hall, I guess you call it.
All right.
And I stood on the steps, and I was the toilet paper fairy is actually what they call it. So I had a toilet brush going, and I was handing out toilet paper. And I don't know if you really know, like, the town of Newark, but,
Tough.
yeah, baby. Yeah.
Rough streets.
Tough.
I almost got my ass kicked and used the toilet paper for, like, cleaning up blood there for a minute.
Man.
We're walking around the street dressed as a fairy.
Yep.
Some guy offered me crack. And he's like, yo, man, what do you want, man? Can I buy some? And I was like, I don't sell that. He's like, you want to buy some? He's like, well, I want whatever you're on, bro.
Wow.
I
Yeah,
got
man,
nothing to
smart
sell,
stuff.
but I got all the toilet paper you need.
Well, that's just like what I was leading at. Like, I don't think you'll see anybody, even in this market, I don't see anybody even around this market doing stuff like that.
No.
I mean, that's why I'm like, that's why I feel honored. Excuse me. I feel honored and privileged to do that for the Rat. It's it makes your job a lot more fun for one, but it makes you stand out a little bit more. You know?
That's for sure. And you bring a lot of joy to a lot of people.
Yeah, well, I mean, have as much fun, but when it's time to step up and do like that community stuff and helping people out, like the billboard.
Yeah, dude, you do a lot of charity stuff.
What's
Yeah.
what's the
ton.
billboard?
So go ahead.
Billboard, it's been going on for a while. This is my third year doing it, and it started a while back with other radio stations. But Andy Chase, love him to death. He's my brother from another mother. He's been doing it for X amount of years. I'm not even sure. But what it consists of is you go up on top of like 40 feet, I think it is, up in the air and it's like scaffolding.
Hmm.
And you live up there for 4 days or until you hit your goal. And our goal was always set for, since I've been doing it, was $109,000. And I was a little worried because everybody loved Andy that was always participating in it. And Andrew was hitting like 150,000 and 152,000. And I don't remember what their goal was for whatever station he worked at. But when my first year, when we stepped up here with the rap, and the only reason Andy, let me rephrase that. Andy was cut from that job. He was let go. And Andy had reached out for the organization, by the way, which is called Ocean of Love. And they asked me to do it. And I started doing my research on this corporation. And what a beautiful, beautiful organization it is.
I've heard of them.
Yeah, they're based out of Toms River. And what they do is they raise money, and they take that money and they help out kids that are battling cancer. So technically, they don't really pay your medical bills. But what they'll do is they take care of, let's say your child has cancer and they got to go down to Philadelphia, or they got to go to this hospital, X amount of hospitals. So they'll pay for your gas. They pay for your tolls. They pay for, since your parents are going to be gone for so long, like when you come home, your fridge
Right.
is taken care of with food, your electrical bills.
So they
your
take care of
cable
all the
bills.
other stuff so you can focus on what you need to focus on.
Exactly.
That's
wow,
cool.
that's
Exactly.
huge.
Yeah.
So I fell in love with that day. But when I started doing it, I think my first year, I hit $151,000.
Nice.
And then I was like, wow, that's a lot of money. And then the next year, I think I did 163. And this past year, I did 176.
Ooh, nice.
176,000.
That's awesome.
So,
And what time of year is it? Is it the same time every year?
yeah, it's like mid-September.
Okay. So you
I
got
go up.
You're gonna
Wait.
be going next September. You're gonna be going trying to beat your record.
You're up there for 4 days, my man.
Wow.
Start living. But after, it's crazy. Like, you kind of make it your own. And everybody always gets a big kick out of this. And I don't know
Yeah.
why. Like, the first year, I didn't know what to expect. I was like, what do I do? Like, I don't even know what to pack, and all this. Second year, I was like, oh, yeah, I need to get more ice for the cooler. And then this year, I had hammocks up there. I'm lounging out,
That's awesome.
you
That's
make it your
awesome.
own.
Yeah,
You make it,
yeah.
if you got to be up there for 4 days, you got to do what you got to do.
Where do you
But-
go to the bathroom?
There's a porta-john right at the base of it. And Matt, that's crazy too, because they wanted to put it up on top with me. And I was like, I'm not having that thing up there, man. I'm not trying to smell my own,
Yeah,
like,
you don't want to porta john around.
exactly.
If you
Like,
can avoid it.
I know it's like kind of like not as small as a jail cell, but like, damn, man, I don't want to
Yeah.
be in my own jail cell with my own toilet here.
Yeah.
So yeah, they left it on the base. And there's stairs that I could go up and down in case of emergency or something like that.
Mhm.
Right on.
But yeah, man, like next year I'm shooting for a pool. I'm putting a jacuzzi up there.
Little
That
hot
would
tub.
be awesome.
Little hot tub, that's
Inflatable
it.
hot tub.
Beautiful.
I had this I gotta share with you. You guys would love this. We were all partying like mid-afternoon, and it was like not many people around. The kids were like in school and stuff like that, so it's like really quiet during the time. And I started cracking beers,
Mhm.
and here comes this one intern kid from the rap, and he goes, "Gots, man. Listen, News Channel 12 here. They want to do an interview with you," or whatever news station was. So I was like, yes, send him up. Just tell him to be careful coming up the stairwell, especially that guy holding a camera.
Send them up.
Yeah.
So I had a welcome mat this year,
Nice.
right at the as soon as you walk up to the billboard, like the top of the billboard there, that you see the welcome mat. and here comes the guy, and he starts recording, and he goes, "Oh yeah, we're gonna check in right now. We have Gotts here from 95.9 The Rat," and he turns around and goes, "Gotts, how you doing?" I go, "Whoa, whoa." He goes, "What's the matter?" I go, "Take your shoes off before you come to my house."
Nice.
I was like, "I'm just kidding. Come on here, buddy." That was cool, but I like MTV cribbed the whole the whole nude broadcast.
Yeah,
Dude,
that's
that's
what
awesome.
you got to do. Yeah,
Well, I was like, yeah,
you're
like,
right. You got to
let-
make it your own.
I was like,
Yeah.
"See this wood you're walking on? It's just plywood." I'm like, "Yeah, how I had that flown in from Japan."
Special wood.
Just had these floors finished.
I was like, "Let me show you my fridge." I open up the cooler. It's just a bunch of beers.
like 6 loose beers in there. Like, oh, we're doing great up here.
Let me show you the view.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of parking, it's a whole empty parking lot with like Lowe's and Target.
We'll have to put it on our calendar, Chris, and go like watch from the ground or something.
yeah,
Oh,
Right there.
absolutely,
You
man.
know?
I'll definitely let you know the days. I'll keep you up to speed on that one. But
Yeah,
that
we'll-
is a great
Will
cause.
be his beer and sandwich delivery system.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. Actually, you guys would love, man. They do like bands on Monday night. Every night there's a different theme, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay,
Monday
so
night
it's
they
like
were-
an actual whole event for the 4 days.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not just you alone. They just leave you alone up there. And like, see you, dude. We'll be back in 4
Yeah,
days.
yeah, yeah. No, it's not
Bye.
like that. No, it's not like that. No, there's always something that going on Monday through. I'm glad you brought that up. I go up on a Monday and I come down on a Thursday night. But yeah, there's always different themes and stuff like that, and there's always security there.
Mhm.
Nobody wants to. They don't want anybody to come in and rob your house.
Well, I'm just gonna refresh you. Like you said, where do you go to the bathroom? And I said it's on the bottom.
Uh huh.
Well, I made the mistake, and I was like, man, I gotta piss, but it's like the middle of the night, and I was like, I can't find my headlamp because everything's pitch black up there, you know. And I was like, now I gotta go down these stairs. So I was like, screw this, I'm going right off the billboard.
oh.
Please
Wow.
tell me.
All of a sudden, you hear the cop at the bottom of the billboard going like, "Hey, guys, it's not raining out here." I was like, "Oh boy!"
It's a cop.
Well, it was either that or his cop car. I don't know.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness. So
like,
the
yeah,
security's,
we have to
security's
put
there
it
to
into
keep
that
their
one.
eye on you.
Oh yeah, but yeah. Well, make sure nobody runs up on the billboard and stuff like that.
Troublemaker. You troublemaker.
I would have been, but that's the thing. Like that's why it was one of the first questions I asked was where you go to the bathroom because one of the first things. I mean, maybe it's my dumb male brain, but I'm like, I'm kind of peeing. I'm peeing off that thing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm peeing off that thing.
Especially
I'm,
at like
I'm spitting
3
off
o'clock
of
in the
it.
morning.
Spitting off of it. I'm peeing off of it, and I'm throwing something off of it.
Yeah, I'm definitely doing those 3 things at least once.
Trying to.
And I'm
Maybe not peeing now that we heard about.
and
it.
I'm so weird about it. I think I could go the 4 days without having to do a poop.
I don't. Kept it all to myself.
I think dude,
Kept it
Yeah.
all to myself.
For 4
watch,
days,
dude, you
could
watch
do
what
it.
you eat.
You could do
You
it.
could do it.
You told it. I did it.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
it. Didn't even really have the verge because I guess it's like all the excitement and anxiety that you have up there.
Yeah. Plus,
So-
it's a porta john.
Yeah.
Your body's all wound up.
I'm
So
not-
I am.
wow.
Kept it all to myself, but it sucks when you come home, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh man.
Yeah.
Your porcelain at home is
Oh,
like, dude,
man.
really?
Yeah.
No, but for me, like, to poop in a porta john, I have to have the door like open, propped open.
Why? Because your knees.
My knees hit the door, so I use my foot.
Ah.
I've only pooped in a porta john 3 times.
3?
3 times.
I think I've done more than that.
I'm trying
3.
to think. I might not have been too many more. Maybe 5 or so.
3
I'll
times.
never
The
go to
thing
the-
is,
like-
the 3
Go ahead.
were.
I will never go to use a porta john if I have to do a drop a deuce or bring the Browns to the Super Bowl.
Well, that's
I ain't doing that at one of those music festivals.
that's what I'm
Fuck
saying.
no.
Like I've never
No.
because that's why I know I could do 4 days because at a music festival, like a couple times I've been to music
There you
festivals where you just don't shit that.
Well, you're
that
doing
during that.
drugs the
No.
whole time, mostly.
Well, I had one
Makes
one
you
festival,
constipated.
one festival yes, one festival no, but yes, nonetheless.
yeah,
nonetheless.
yeah. You got a belly full of drugs. It's fine. That closes up the butthole.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, dude, music festival bathrooms are disgusting. 'cause
It's the
there's
worst.
they're always in grass that turns into mud very fast.
And you sure that's even mud?
Suspect.
That's what I'm saying.
Suspect.
Dude, like, come on.
Did that happen like Woodstock 99?
Yeah,
They're
and
all
then people were just
sliding around.
playing around.
Well,
and
that was Woodstock '94.
Was that
was-
for?
Mud. What's
99 was the
was
Fire.
the Fires.
The
yeah.
Fires.
I was
Yeah.
there.
I was there too.
Yeah.
No,
But I think they were
way.
still
yeah.
rolling around in mud. I was like, that don't
They
look
might
like
have been.
mud.
They might have been. They might have been.
They were
but
running on top of the Porta Johns.
That they were definitely doing.
Yeah, I've seen all that.
Yep.
I left though. I left before like the fires actually kicked off when the Chili Peppers started going.
We were there. Yeah, we drove through the fires and like
Oh.
one of the, you know how they had the like the super tall chain link fences like,
Yes.
that kept you all inside.
Yep.
Those were getting knocked over onto our car. We had to like get out and get them off of our car so we could continue driving out of there. You know, fires and everything. It was berserk.
That must have felt like driving through Beirut.
It was crazy. It was yeah. I mean, for the most part, it was we were all very scared in the car. We didn't really know what to expect. People were running like crazy, like throwing things, and there was literal bonfires like all over the place. It was crazy.
It was nuts.
It was
Totally
crazy.
nuts.
Yeah.
We set up a tent, and we were like, yeah, leave your bags. I'm like, I'm not leaving my bag in this tent.
No
We
shit.
came back. I'm like, where the hell's the tent? I'm like, look at all the. I think it was like yellow tent. Let's just say. I'm looking around. It's tent.
It was just like it was tense.
75 of them in yellow.
Tense
They're all
touching
just-
tense. It was berserk. And you were
That
on
thing
a
was
you
gone.
were on an airstrip, so there was no
Right.
trees, there was no forest, there was no nothing. It was just wide open space.
Really?
It was crazy.
What was your
Crazy.
favorite act from Woodstock?
Man, I was on mushrooms during Rage Against the Machine, so
Yeah. that was good.
That
they
was
just
really
said
really
that they're
good.
not touring anymore.
I heard that too. Yeah. The rat was mentioning that the other
Hold on a
day.
second. I do not have to pee. I'm coming into you.
Okay, more beers, more drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rage Against the Machine was great.
Loved Rage.
Let me think of who else. You know, who blew me away that I didn't expect. Bush.
Bush is awesome.
Live, they were
Oh
so
my God.
good. They were so good.
Bush is one of those bands that, like, you don't realize how many hits they actually have.
Yep.
And when I say it like that, like, they'll start playing, you're like, oh my God, that's right. They do sing that.
Mhm.
I saw them at Starland. I actually got to introduce them at Starland. And I remember just sitting there for like the hour and a half or maybe close to 2 hours that they played, whatever it was. And I was singing along to songs that I probably never even knew that I was going to be singing along to.
Right.
Like, wow, Bush was great.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
In my top 10 of
Whoa.
the best live shows I've been to. In my top 10.
Corn?
Yes.
Oh, we got to get you at the Tool.
Tool's the
I've never
best.
seen Tool.
I've
I've never seen Tool. And all I hear about Tool concerts are they're completely pitch dark and James sings from the back of the stage.
Maynard.
Maynard James Keenan. He often sings from a platform that's like on a different level from where they
Yeah,
are.
it's like the left or right hand side of the stage, right?
But
Right,
but
but-
is he never like front man? He's never like out there dancing
not
around like
usually.
a fucking goon?
No,
You'll see him.
no.
The one year I saw him, what was that, the Prudential Center or something along those lines.
On a tour. I know what you're gonna say. On a tour, I'll bet. Right. Go ahead.
Well, he was playing Doctor
Oh,
or Operation. Remember the Operation game where you
Yeah.
hit the sides and bleed?
right.
He was backstage playing that.
Come on.
He had the whole Doctor's outfit on,
Shut the fuck up.
and they had him on the screen. I'm like, what's this guy doing? Yeah, he's a strange bird, bro.
During the Anima tour, I thought you were gonna say he came out for most of the tour. He either came out painted all black, all white, or
Oh,
half,
no, I didn't see that
half
one.
black, half white.
That's another thing I was
body
gonna say,
half
like,
black,
I
half
heard-
white.
Not
Yeah.
only do you not really see him through the performance, is he's typically painted or
Yeah, the performance is incredible. I've seen Tool more than any band live,
Anemia is
and-
my favorite album.
and their live show is second to none.
That might be
Maybe-
the loudest I think I've ever seen.
They're awesome.
Really?
Yeah, without a doubt.
They're awesome.
They-
Awesome.
The
live.
loudest.
Yeah, they actually gave me earplugs. The one I don't even remember what venue this was, but they gave me. I'm like, no, I'm good. And like, no, you're sitting like front row or second row, wherever I was. And I was like, where's those earplugs? Because I was right next to the
Wow.
speaker. And it's like, oh boy.
It's a huge production. Like their live show is incredible. It's not pitch black. I mean, I've never seen one where it's pitch black because they have such visual, like their video boards or their projections and stuff. The Adam Jones, the guitarist, is also a visual artist. He's their lead visual artist, and he puts together visuals. So you're watching video for the entire time that
Yeah.
they're playing. It's the best. The only other show that I can say, the live like concert that I can say was as good theatrically and production wise, I got to see. I'm fortunate enough that I can say I saw Michael Jackson on the Bad Tour
wow, that's
at
gotta be cool.
at MSG. he, I mean, this was
Damn,
like
your
way
parents
back in
were
the
cool
day.
as hell.
I was very lucky.
Your
We're very
parents
lucky.
are cool as hell.
How
And,
much were those tickets? Like $8 billion?
I honestly, I think that they were gifted to my dad. My dad had a good job when I was a kid, and it was not like a super high paying job. He wasn't rich, but
He was in protection. It's okay. He ran protection.
no. He worked in the supermarket industry, but there was always gifting being done. Like the vendors were always trying to like get their products into the stores.
Right,
And
right,
so he was
yeah.
getting tickets for tons of stuff all the time. And that was one of the things where he got some Michael Jackson bad tour at
That is
MSG.
rad.
And
What
I mean,
year was this?
I mean, whatever
Late
year that was,
80s?
80, 88, 89, something like that.
That had to be late 80s, maybe 90, 91.
And that's when pretty much he was at his prime.
Yeah, dude.
In his absolute prime. Yep.
Hell yeah. He was on fire.
1987 was the album, so it's right around there, 87, 88, 89.
When did
Madison Square Garden.
when
Michael
did Thriller
Jackson.
come
Wow.
out? 84, 85?
Something like that, yeah.
I have
I thought it was earlier, wasn't it?
it has to be earlier because like one of the few memories I have of my mom is her and I learning the Thriller dance, and she bought me, dude, I was like this big. She bought me the red leather
Jacket.
jacket and pants.
Oh, nice.
And we learned the whole choreography to this.
Should have worn
to
that to
this video.
school back then, man.
Yeah,
You would have been
man.
like badass.
I
Says
think
right
I
here-
might have. I
You
might
really
have.
would have.
It says right here on YouTube, Michael Jackson Thriller came out in 2009.
Oh,
fellas.
nice.
2009.
Makes sense.
I'm just kidding.
Makes sense.
What? I was quit drinking there for a minute. I was like, what?
Holy shit.
19, you're great. You're looking at me like, what?
82.
1982. Yeah, 1982.
I was gonna say, I thought it was earlier. Isn't
You're-
that still like
you're-
the top selling album of all time?
I would believe
I think
that.
Taylor Swift beat that.
Yeah.
Oh, just recently?
I think so. I think she's. Wait, what did she just? Obviously,
She just broke some kind of record.
Yeah, obviously I think she's a billionaire, but I
Sure.
think I think she crushed ticket sales like overall for.
I think she made $1
tours.
billion or something this year, right?
She-
or over $1 billion?
She gave
Just
all
this
of
year.
her.
Yeah, yeah.
All the truck drivers, the Teamsters that were on her tour,
Right.
she gave them all $100,000 bonus.
I thought it
That's
was
awesome.
$1 million.
Maybe it was.
What?
I think I just
You got the think box in front of you. I thought it was $100,000, but even still,
I
like,
think she gave all her handlers like $1 million.
fucking awesome is that? Like, is she really that good of a human, or is this just like a big show?
Is she
Like,
really that rich?
But do you think like behind the scenes she's a monster,
I don't know.
like hard to deal with?
There's got to be some difficulty.
Like stick up the butt.
Looks like 100,000.
Was it $100,000?
100,000. Correct. Yes.
Meanwhile, she could afford $1 million. What a cheap ass.
Huh.
No,
She
just
ended up handing out 55 million in bonuses. to
That
ev-
all right? That's
over
what
the
it was.
course of
Okay.
everyone. Yeah.
Okay,
Holy
that's what it was.
shit!
55 mil in bonuses.
And you know what? That's
I
like
didn't get a dime.
that's like $20 to her probably. Nah, she
You know
felt
I
that.
hit on
She
her,
felt
right?
that.
Oh,
Really?
really?
Did you really?
Yep.
Was it well received, or was she just like, dude, come on?
Well, I didn't believe it was her. I mean, she has like a lot of like security following her around, like Secret Service. They
And
all
there's a
look like.
lot of chicks that look just like her.
Oh, exactly.
Is that right? Just in general or
Yeah,
around her?
No, there's
Does
a lot of
is
girls.
this like a Padme thing where she's got a bunch of fake princesses that walk around her so nobody knows?
Well, if it is, this girl looked exactly like her. Because
Wow. Get
we
out of here.
we were in a back room and there was a wedding going on in the front room. So like you know how like bar A has the curtains closed and all that. Well, they had the same concept. And now I'm sitting at the back bar and a bunch of friends. We were just bar hopping.
Mhm.
And next you know, the doors open up and the guy's like, make sure you stay over on this side of the bar. And I was like, who the hell is this guy? But he's wearing a suit, like Men in Black kind of guy.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay, yes, sir, no problem. We'll stay over here. And here's, this hot blonde comes walking in. Next, she comes over to in our area, and she starts getting like a cranberry juice or something, and whatever she ordered. And I was like, look at this girl. And I'm trying to hit on her. And my first words to her, I was like, man, you got the nicest legs in the world. I was like, what are you, like a fucking thoroughbred? She's like,
Oh,
I love you so
can't
much.
believe
So
no,
much.
absolutely not. I think she's.
Yeah.
That's the other thing, man. This whole Kelsey guy.
he's in for it.
Oh, Travis Kelsey ever
When
breaks
they-
up with her.
When
He's
they
in for
break
it.
up, when
He's
they
in
break
for it.
up, he's going to quit the Chiefs. They're going to lose. They're going to go on the worst losing streak ever.
Yeah.
And
I-
she's gonna write 10 hit songs.
How many songs do you think she's gonna come out?
That's the thing. I don't know. I mean, he's close to retirement anyway.
Oh, is
I
he
think
really?
his best bet. I mean, I think he maybe have like one more season in him or whatever. But like his best bet is
Are you serious?
to be retired before
Dumps
they
him.
break up. Right before they break up. Because if he's retired, because if they break up and he's still in the NFL and all the other like the defensive players are talking trash to him across the line about Taylor Swift or like quoting her song lyrics, quoting her song lyrics to
You
him.
don't think they're
you know?
don't think anybody's fucking with him now?
Probably, but he's fucking her, so he doesn't care.
Yeah. I
Once
guess you're
that's
right.
over,
I guess you're right.
Once that's over, they're going to be quoting her songs to him, and he's not going to have anything to
Boy,
say.
you just broke my brain. He's like,
He's on the back end of his career. Yeah, he's been in the NFL for a while. I want to say
Really?
he's like 32 or something.
oh gosh,
like that.
I look at him like he's in his 20s, like he's a young kid.
Well, he is to us,
Yeah.
but he in NFL years, it's a whole different ball.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think he'll try to go as long as Mahomes.
I think there's enough of an age difference between them where he won't be able to.
Maybe they'll try to go for like one more or two more rings, and then
Yeah, I feel like that he's got one or two more good seasons in him,
Yeah.
and then that'll be the end of that. It'll be like a Gronk and Tom Brady. Gronk was there for as long as he could be there,
Yeah.
and then Brady played like one or two more years after that.
and then Gronk left with him, right?
Well, Gronk left with him, and then Tom Brady came back.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So real quick, I'd like to change my Super Bowl pick
okay.
that I
Ooh.
early
Yeah,
said
your
earlier in
Super
the
Bowl-
season.
Early predictions.
Yeah, what was your?
I definitely,
do you remember your
definitely
pick?
said the Ravens.
No, you didn't.
I did too, actually.
No,
I
you
never
didn't.
said the Ravens.
No.
Did I say
did.
the Dolphins?
No.
I said the Ravens.
Because right now I want to say it's the Ravens and the Dolphins that are going to be in the Super Bowl this year.
That impossible. They both play in the AFC.
Oh, I'm sorry. See, that's how much I know, but I'm the sports expert of this
I'm not that good
podcast.
neither. I might go with Ravens or believe it or not, man, I might go Lions, man. Detroit.
Wow.
Eagles are
It'll
not
be a
going to
fun
be.
story.
The Eagles are not going to be in the Super Bowl, and the Cowboys will not be in the Super
Your
Bowl.
pick was Chiefs Eagles.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so you're gonna be. I think that's a slim,
No
slim-
Cowboys? You don't think Cowboys will do it?
I think they're going to get beat this week by that kid.
Who they playing? The Bucks, right? No,
the Cowboys play against the Packers. So you
yeah.
think Jordan Love is gonna beat them? I mean, it would be a fun.
I like rooting for the young like kids. Like
right.
I do too.
They are the youngest team.
like I'm just saying, like he's what is he 22 or something like that? He's a baby.
He might not be 22. He's not that young. Because the thing is, he's the first year starter. But
maybe
he-
that's what it is.
He's been on the team for like 2 or 3 years because he sat behind Aaron Rodgers for a while. So he's not like a young kid. He's just a first year starter.
not
who's
a bad
playing.
not a bad person to sit behind though. I'm
Exactly.
sure he mentored the
Was-
fuck out of him.
No, he didn't probably mentor him very well because he's a psychopath. Have you been paying attention to Aaron Rodgers at all? The dude's a nut.
He
but-
is a nut.
Yeah.
Really?
But
Did
he's
Jimmy Kimmel sue his ass?
Wait, what?
Yeah, he was like Jimmy Kimmel apparently, or Aaron Rodgers was on. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Go ahead.
He was on television doing
Pat McAfee
this sports show,
on
and he
Is that
was
the
ESPN.
saying
kid
that.
with the fucking tank top.
on
Yeah,
ESPN.
I think it is
I want to
because
fight
I always.
him. I want to fight him.
I think
You
he,
don't want to fight him. You don't want to fight him. He would.
I'll
he
put
would,
some down for predictions
He
right
would
now.
end
then.
you.
Really?
He's an NFL player.
We can't do a comedy boxing. Little comedy light
I
spar.
think that Pat McAfee would end up getting the better of you. I don't want to put you in that position.
No, he's a huge guy. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're all good because I'm thinking about it. I'm picturing this in my head right now.
Right,
That guy
sizing
will-
him
I got
up.
my own predictions. I got money riding on you right now. No,
Rogers went on McAfee's show.
and he was saying that
Kimmel was on Epstein. Might have been on Epstein's list. Like he's
Yes,
throwing
the
around
Epstein
the
list.
throwing around the
Shut the
suggestion.
fuck
I don't even know
up.
where he came up with something like that. Nobody even reported anything like that.
No, he just he likes to spout off and get people talking about what he wants to say. And I guess he had an axe to grind with Jimmy Kimmel for some reason that I don't know. Maybe Kimmel made some jokes about him, probably.
Yeah.
And so,
Oh, that's probably why. So he's like,
Yeah. because I mean, but the thing is,
you can give but you can't receive kind
exactly.
of attitude.
You if you're Aaron Rodgers, you got to understand that be staying in the media's eye all season long the way that he did. He's going to open himself up to people talking about him because
Right.
that's what he wanted. He wanted people talking about him. So when people talk about you, you just got to kind of deal with it. But he's like you said, he can't take it. He has got such thin skin that maybe Jimmy Kimmel made some monologue jokes about him. And then Aaron Rodgers turns around and is like, oh, yeah, well, you're on the Epstein list.
Just to
And-
try to get back at him.
And so now Jimmy Kimmel,
He sued him.
I'm not sure if he sued
I don't
him.
think it did. I think
but-
it all got brushed underneath the rug from
Right.
Oh, wow.
my boy Davey Mack said.
Aaron Rodgers apologized on the McAfee show.
Oh, he did?
And then McAfee, here's the fun part. McAfee's fun. He actually did a pretty good heel turn. Aaron Rodgers had his final appearance of the season in his scheduled appearances, and McAfee, then after that was done, he's like, "All right, listen, we're done with Aaron Rodgers. We're not going to be dealing with that anymore. I'm actually happy that we're done with Aaron's segments for the year because people talk about it so much." Blah 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 blah. And then that night, Nick Saban retired. So it was either Saban or Belichick. The very next day, he's like, okay, and McAfee's like, okay, so now coming on to talk about this big coaching news that we heard. Here is 4-time NFL MVP and Super Bowl champion Aaron Rodgers. And he brings Rodgers right back on the show the next day to comment on the headline news. Yeah,
Because it was
real
a new
funny.
year.
It's a good troll job. Good
That's
troll
funny.
job by McAfee.
That's funny.
Check
So,
this out. Was he really making $1 million an episode for that show?
I don't know. I mean, I
Dude,
think so.
man.
I think so. I think so.
I'm gonna start studying sports. I think. I don't know.
Well, he just
I mean,
It's crazy, right?
he said that it's the hardest part of the industry to get into, though.
I can.
It seems like it's
sports broadcasting.
oversaturated, right?
Yeah, dude, you got to know everything.
Yeah.
I mean, you listen to some of these sports shows, and the guys go crazy because, and I kind of agree with the guy that's behind the microphone, like when he's doing sports radio, because the guy wants to talk your baseball, hockey, golf, football, NASCAR, even,
Mhm.
and then some people are calling him up, going like, "So who do you think, Triple H or The Rock this weekend?" They're like,
No
"What? Come on, man."
Yeah.
You get like, who do you got in the fifth race of the horse? And he's like, we're not talking like the triple, crown here. We're talking about Monmouth Park or something.
Right.
Come on, man. You really don't think the guy's going to know that? But I
That's
guess apparently you have to.
Well, let me ask you this question, because I often maintain that like the craziest people in the world are people who call into radio shows. Like those are the craziest people in the world.
I feel
because
like it's always the
they
same
wait-
12 people.
They
too.
wait on hold. They got to be waiting on hold for like a while. Nobody gets right onto a radio show.
You're right.
And then the things that some of these people, because I listen to the radio, I listen to a lot of sports talk and other things, and some of the things that come out, like he's saying, like horse racing and who do you like in the WWE and all this
Yeah,
stuff.
when you're trying to do sports.
I feel like people who call into radio shows are the craziest people. What are your thoughts on this, sir?
Craziest people. I love the Rad audience. They are top notch. But you do get some wild phone calls. I ain't
Okay.
gonna lie. And one that just pops into the brainstem here is I was on the air and I host a show on Saturday nights from 8 to midnight. It's called the Saturday Night House Party. It's an all request show.
You still do that?
Still doing it, yeah. And you're sitting behind the board, and you're trying to get people going, and everybody keep the upbeat behind like the microphone. And I answer the phone, "Hey, the Rat," and all of a sudden you hear like, "You have a collect call coming from New Jersey State
Yes.
Penitentiary."
No
Yes.
way. That's real.
Oh yeah, that's real.
The guy called me from jail.
That's awesome. Did you accept?
Hell yeah! I accepted it. What do you say?
You are a fucking hero.
Yeah.
So, well, the guy's like, telling me, he's like, yeah, the CEO, whatever, we behaved this week, so he put the Rat on for us. This corrections officer happened to be a huge Rat fan, apparently. So he must have just put it online, hit the listen live button right there. And the guy's like, yeah, man, can you play, Pantera or play, some hard rock stuff, whatever. I forget what but it was really heavy. And, oh, no, he wanted to hear Metallica. Sorry. And I said, yeah, I'll do Metallica. And I go, listen, man, you got some time on this phone call. I said, tell me, what are you in for?
Oh
He's like,
no.
He goes, I can't really talk about it. My case is still pending. And I said, nah, man, what'd you do, man? What'd you get locked up for? He goes, murder. I was like, oh. I go, who'd you kill? About it, man. I
Metallica
can't
it
talk-
is.
Well, I did.
Right.
Guess what
seriously.
Metallica song I played?
Kill them all.
Kill 'em all, baby.
Oh, nice.
Line right up.
That's fucking great.
Isn't that awesome?
That's great. Holy crap.
But you
dude.
do, man. You get some serious, crazy phone calls and such where somebody was really in distress, meaning like they were gonna, end their lives.
Okay.
They were gonna commit suicide, and you have to talk to them. You really got to calm them down. You know when it's gonna be funny. You know when to have a great time with somebody, whether it be somebody's birthday. Funny with the phone calls from prison and stuff like that. But when you get the serious phone calls, you really got to take them serious.
Have you had these encounters like live on air?
I
Or
don't
is
put
it
them
like-
live.
Okay. Oh, you have that power. So
Yeah, well, that just
You're screening your own calls?
I do.
Okay.
I do because like especially during a house party, you got to protect yourself from what's on the air.
Right.
So if somebody's having a party and you hear people like the ambiance in the background and like, yo, I'm on a rat, man, I'm on a rat. And everybody's partying up and I get it.
Mhm.
And somebody's like, yo, fucking gots. And I'm like, hold on, I can't have that.
yeah.
I can't have that on the air, so you kind of have to, police that a little bit.
Mhm.
So you got to be, you're very tedious when stuff like that goes on, like, FM radio and stuff, public radio. So, yeah, I mean, I definitely keep an eye on what's going to going on. Matter of fact, I'll listen to their phone call maybe like 3 or 4 times before I even air it, just
So-
to make sure.
So, like a lot of them are pre-recorded. They just give you a recording, like they leave you a message, and then you go through it.
No. I'll talk to them, but I record our conversation on a different computer.
Oh.
Yeah, I probably should have got
Oh, okay, that's cool.
a little clearer on that.
So,
yeah.
like maybe a song is playing on the radio, and you're having a conversation with them.
Right, or a commercial break or something along those
Gotcha.
lines.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
love that you'll take the few minutes to talk to somebody that's maybe having a bad day and try to
Yeah.
do what you got. It speaks a lot about your character. Not a lot of people would just brush that off. Like, yeah, all right, well, we're doing a radio show here. Like,
Yeah, I don't have time for you. Stand over there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You can't do that. You got to take every phone call the way
Mhm.
they come in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whether it be a great request. It's my birthday. Can you play this?
And also,
yeah.
you got to think of it as like,
With the good
put
comes the
yourself
bad.
with the good comes the bad, and you got to put yourself in their shoes. Like, you were a fan of certain people, and you might have wanted to call them and wait on hold and whatnot. So,
Right.
like, you want to give them an experience.
I think
Absolutely.
it also goes beyond that. I think that a lot of times people feel like, I mean, at least for me, that if I listen to a radio show or if I watch a TV show or whatever enough and like watch it for a long enough time or listen to it for a long enough time, I start to feel like I know the people that are on the show. I feel like I'm like almost a friend with them, and they're
You're
almost a friend
personal,
with me,
man.
right?
Personally.
And
yeah.
that's why, like, when somebody calls you as a radio host, if they took the time to call the radio show and speak to you,
Right.
it's typically it's because they feel like they know you because they're your friend,
They have
and
a
you're their
connection.
friend, right?
Sure.
Exactly. So it's beyond just like, oh, I'm a fan, but there's always it's like this person, I'm a part of their lives.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
know?
And you definitely are.
Yeah.
I mean, you definitely are. I mean, I'm not gonna not say like that's 100% accurate because there's people that will call me up and then they're like, "Hey, Gotch, you remember me back from 2008? I had the gray sweatshirt on during Rat Fest," and I'm like, "Come on, man, I need a little more help than that."
Yeah,
But I mean,
yeah.
there's definitely people that I see on a regular basis that come out to all the rat gigs, or I'll see them at Rat Fest, and and I see him at I see him. I guess the one word I'm looking for is consistent.
Right.
Mhm.
Like I see him every day, or just like normally,
Right.
or like Facebook is a big thing. They'll message me on Facebook a lot. Hey, just hey, guys, what's going on? Just checking in, and plus I've done crazy stunts where I've been to definitely certain people rat houses, for parties, and the rat would send me down there, go clean this person's house wearing a French maid outfit, just different type of contests. And, that definitely, makes me stand out to get them to know a little bit better.
Right.
But, if it's just bypassing and I take a photo with you and then keep moving, it's, I'm not going to really remember it off the top of my head.
Yeah. It might
You know,
be tough.
It's very difficult. I mean, like ShopRite, that's kind of crazy for me. I was just there yesterday. And you're walking through ShopRite, you're like, "Hey, Gotch, man, what's going on?" I'm like, "Aren't you supposed to be cutting my meat right now because you got the ShopRite hat on?" And I was like, "Hey, man, I want tickets from you. And I was like, that's great, man. I just before you know, it's gonna be a cleanup at aisle 9 over here that we did this guy.
Yeah. But that's another thing. Like, do you find it tough, like in your day to day, like going about your normal activities, like just trying to be, I mean, like quote unquote civilian, and you get people constantly, yo, dude, what's up? Wait, can I grab a quick picture? Like,
I don't mind it. It depends on what's going on.
mm-hmm.
Like,
Because I mean, at the end of the day, you're human too. Every day is not perfect.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you might have shit going on in your head that you don't want to deal with it. But I mean,
Well, like I'll go back to the ShopRite one. If I'm holding ice cream and somebody's trying to tell me their life story, and I'm like, this ain't gonna last, man.
yeah, this is
Yo,
melting.
Ben and Jerry are melting.
Yeah, I have a shake now.
Let's go get some milk, baby, in a blender. Like, you're right. I mean, that's really what it is. Like, my milk's gonna go bad here by the time I get done talking to you.
Yeah.
You know, like, but no, I mean, I don't really mind it. That shit don't bother me. But it's just like, we got to keep moving. I can't, we're at a concert venue. I'm trying.
Yeah.
I got to be on the left-hand side of the stage, run through here. I'm trying to get as many people happy, and because I'm wearing these crazy outfits, I want to get as many photos as I can.
A lot of moving parts.
Exactly. And then I try to do a lot of that in the parking lot too with the pre-gaming. So like I can run around the parking lot and then just be like walk through the crowd. But next they'll see me up on stage. And then, that's an exciting experience within itself, being up there in front of 18,000 people and just, rocking the fucking house.
That is cool.
Oh, man. I mean, it's thriller. It's, no pun intended. But it's so exciting. And, you get to speak like that to everybody. But once you come off the stage and then everybody sees you walking through, I'm like, that's when I got to take off this Barbie outfit, whatever I'm wearing.
Yeah.
Try to slow your pace down a little bit. Because it does. It gets overwhelming, way overwhelming. But,
Yeah, I
it comes
can
with the job.
imagine. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's what you signed up for. I mean,
Crazy, though.
that's so, and you strike me as somebody that will sit there and take the time to answer all your DMs and shit like that, and try to get
Absolutely.
back to all the fans and whatnot.
I definitely do, man. I do my damnedest for that. And a lot of stuff comes up on DMs that, going back to what people are struggling with, like a lot of benefits,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people going through cancer and stuff like that are not children that I can't go live on a billboard for you.
Yeah.
But, we're doing this benefit. We're doing this benefit. Can you be here? Can you be there? Be here. And just outside of the rat realm, personal people that I know personally. And it's like, I got to be if I can get there, I'll definitely get there, no doubt. And I got one, tomorrow I'm doing the plunge, and then there's a benefit over at Headliner for somebody, And then my buddy Tyler, God bless him, he served in the armed forces here. He's leaving to go on a deploy tomorrow as well. So I want to get over to Kelly's now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm doing a plunge, going to Kelly's now, Headliner, trying to make your rounds to just try to keep everybody on an even keel and happy.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
A lot of responsibility. Yeah, so you have to be a lot of things to a lot of different people.
Man of many hats.
Yeah.
You got to be.
Yeah.
It's not easy, but
Do you get,
plus I'm going in there with my balls in my throat after this plunge. So I'm going to be like,
Yeah.
hi, hey, Tim.
Yeah, hopefully you get a chance. Maybe you'll be moving faster just to stay warm at that point.
Probably.
Do you get a chance to take a break? Do you get vacations and stuff like that, or are you just going balls to the walls?
I do. I have vacation time. I just don't know where to go because I work at radio and we're broke as hell. So it's not like I can go a week out in Hawaii or something like that. But I do. I have vacation time. But I love the Jersey Shore. I mean, I'm already at the beach. I don't need to go 600 miles down to Myrtle Beach, just to sit there and, do the same thing I'm going to do here anyway.
Right on.
I mean, I just kind of feel like that. I mean, a lot of the times now we get a bunch of friends together and we go down to Key West for Fantasy Fest and stuff like that. It's more my speed. I like that party atmosphere. I think this year I'm going to shoot for maybe trying to go down to Nashville.
Oh, cool.
Because there's a lot of bars going down there. Maybe Nashville, I definitely want to do. I don't know how I'm going to stay down there or anything like that, but somebody also said Mardi Gras. That's
I heard
funny I
Mardi
brought
Gras
that
was
up.
a good time. I heard that. Yeah.
I've been to New Orleans not for Mardi Gras though. I didn't love New Orleans, but I'm not the best judge. I'm not the best
Me
person
neither.
to judge it off of.
Me neither.
Yeah, like I don't.
Super humid there, right?
It wasn't bad. Like it was just really dirty. So like when you're on the radio,
Yep.
do they own your voice?
Yeah, like how does that whole work? Like, is it like your likeness is your not? I mean, I guess your voice, right?
Do they, or is that just like actors and stuff?
No, they own your name.
Okay.
So, like, when I guess in a way, yeah, they yes and no. I guess they do kind of own your voice. Meaning, like, if I was to cut a commercial, like another radio station can't use that commercial.
Gotcha. Okay.
But if if I went to another radio station, yeah, they would say no, you can't use GOTS.
Right.
You can't use GOTS.
He's our
You'd
guy.
have to come up with another.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's so it's like yes and no.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
If that makes sense, right? My answer that.
Yeah. No, it does. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously we're pretty amateur, so we're always curious about how the stuff works. You know what I mean? Like,
No, yeah,
behind the
that's correct.
scenes stuff. You know, all that.
That's
that
good way.
stuff makes me.
Man behind the curtain here.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, like I said, the whole world you work in is fascinating to me.
It
really
is. It is
It's
a lot to take in,
fascinating.
man. It is a lot to take in, but it has, like I said, it has its benefits. Meaning, like not like dental,
Right.
It has its benefits because you get to meet bands that you've grown up listening to.
Yeah.
And like I was saying, I met Motley Crue. I mean, I met Ozzy.
Did you ever get starstruck by somebody that you met?
Oh man, yeah, not even a rock star. Wasn't even a rock star. It was an actor. It was Leonardo DiCaprio,
Ooh, good
and
one.
yeah. I saw him where did I see him? Somewhere in the city. I saw him. I think it was maybe NBC Studios or something along that route. But he was really nice. He came over and said hello. Sandler's cool. Adam Sandler, he's a great guy.
He's just a normal, regular dude, right?
I've
Yeah.
Never heard anybody say a bad
Yeah,
thing about
no,
Adam
he's
Sandler.
just-
Everybody's always
yeah.
like the same thing. He's cool. He's a
The
cool,
regular
cool
guy, yeah.
Like, I know a bunch of people were talking to him. I mean, I didn't really have much words with him, but people that were talking to him, and I'm just kind of eavesdropping on him. He goes, "Where are you guys going to be tomorrow?" And he's like, "Well, we're going to go play some basketball." And he's like, I'll count me in. I'm like, this guy's going to go play basketball with you tomorrow?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm trying to figure out the stories with, like, Chris Farley, like, that was a big idol of mine, Chris Farley.
Yep.
But I got to talk to Brewer about him, Jim Brewer,
That's
who
cool.
worked with him on Saturday Night Live.
Mhm.
And he was doing some stand-up stuff around the area here. I think he was doing Stress Factory up in New Brunswick.
That was like fairly recently, right? Within the last couple of years. I feel like I saw
This might have
that,
been
like,
before
floating around.
COVID, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I feel like I saw that like floating
I saw
around the
Brewer a
internet.
long
yeah,
time ago.
Yeah.
Funny guy, man.
Yeah.
Funny guy. But he had some interesting stories because I brought up the story, and I'll share it with you guys if we got a minute here.
Sure,
yeah,
go
of
for it.
course, yeah.
I was like, Brewer, man, you were on Metallica's tour bus.
Yes, he was. He's a
And-
huge Metallica fan. And AC/DC, right?
Yeah, I think he's a huge AC/DC fan. I know he's a huge Mets fan.
Mm.
Brewer's a huge Mets fan. But on the air, I had asked him, I said, what happened with Metallica? And he's like, oh, we were in the Manhattan or something like that. And Lars, the drummer from Metallica, he goes, got into a taxi with me. It's like one of them van taxis or something. And I'm going to try to do like Lars says it too, like Brewer does it the best. But he's like, Lars gets into this van. And he's like, yeah, we're going out to this party tonight. We're going to tear it up. And Brewer's like, okay, yeah, listen, my wife's pregnant. I'm trying to, I have to get home at a decent hour here.
Yeah,
And he's
yeah.
like, he brings me down this hallway. We end up at some bar. He brings me into this hallway, and he's like, As soon as we walk in the door, there's like $80 million worth of entertainment at this one bar. Like Lopez is there with Ben Affleck, you know, like all like high quality people. And he's like, what the hell? But he goes, we walk outside and there's Lars smoking a cigarette. And this young kid who didn't recognize Lars was just like, hey, you listen here, man. You know us today? And he's like, you cheap fuck. Why don't you get a fucking job?
Oh my God.
Oh, it gets even worse. He goes, then we get into a taxi going back somewhere. And I'm sure I'm not even like, I'm missing like probably like a good 80% of the chunk of the story. But he goes, we walked in there and there was a book bag. And they opened it up and it was a student from NYU. And he just left his bag in a taxi. So they pull up in front of NYU University. Lars throws this bag. He kept calling it a knapsack. Lars is like, he's throwing the knapsack outside the van, screaming out the doors of NYU. He was like, you know how much books cost? You need a good education. Like, all this crazy shit.
Lars?
Lars, man.
Who knew he was so unhinged?
I know. Ask Brewer, man. If you ever run into Jim Brewer, man,
That's
ask him about that.
fucking crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah. Lars has a reputation. Lars got himself a reputation. For
I
sure.
didn't know like that, though.
He's a
Wild child, huh?
very excitable. Yeah. I'm not saying too much because I would love to have him on the show.
Me too, actually.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you met my future ex-wife, the lead singer of New Year's Day, Ash Costello.
I did, just through passing, though. Just, hi, how you doing? I think that was at the Pony.
Yeah.
Backstage at the Pony.
The last time.
Wait, which one was this? What band was she in?
New Year's Day.
Oh, no. I thought you meant in this moment.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think I ever met New Year's Day one.
Yeah, dude. She's awesome. I saw her at Convention Hall probably like 5 years ago. And I forget who they played with Motionless in White.
Both great bands.
When they played, it was actually in this moment, Motionless in White and New Year's Day.
You sure that wasn't the Pony?
They played the Pony again like of the following year. There was a reason they brought it inside that year. I think weather or something.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm dancing, having a good time. And I like New Year's Day. I'm singing all the songs. And we did the meet and greet after. And there's like 100 of us in this room. She's calling us all over. And before she walked in the room, her handler was like, these are the rules. No staring at her tits. Don't touch her. And just be quick. Like, don't be a creep. Because it was like,
Well, how am I going to be quick if I can't touch her?
yeah, it was like
Right.
85% dudes.
No staring. What if I just glance several
I know.
times?
It was like
We
85%
put sunglasses
dudes,
on?
and this girl is like, she's a smoke show. Like, so it's understandable. Like, you have to say these things in this, you know,
Yeah.
this era.
Yeah, especially with most of the creeps that go to the meet and greet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No offense.
So, hey, listen, whatever. Proud member. So I'm probably like 30th or 35th in line by the time like I get up to her. She's taking pictures with people like this.
Right.
Like,
Understandable.
I swear to you,
Uh-oh.
I walk up, right? Melissa goes first.
She put her arm around you, didn't she?
Melissa goes before me. She goes like this. I walk up. She goes, "Oh my God, you are my light tonight. I watched you dancing and singing every song." She gives me a kiss, wraps her whole body and holds me tight for the picture, dude. Yeah. Yeah.
Love
See,
ever
you're
since.
smiling, but meanwhile, your wife on the other side right now is ready to kick some ass.
Nah, she was into it. She was into it. She was like, yeah, just go for it. Yeah.
What?
Dude, I'm still smitten.
Yeah, I can see
Still
that.
smitten.
Look at
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
I can see it on your
Yeah.
face right there.
Dude,
Yeah.
she was cool, dude.
I
She
don't
was
think I
cool.
ever hit on her. I definitely was. Not on that one. In this moment, I didn't hit on. But I mean, I'm like the rock.
She was
chick.
like in this Maria Brink in this moment. She's like very like intimidating.
Oh, you've met her.
Yeah, but it was like
Tall glass.
This is
of
a
water.
meet and
She's
greet
a-
guy. He's met them all. Big meet and greet guy over here.
Yes
Oh,
and
yeah.
no. Yes
Oh,
and
yeah.
no. Like I have done the meet and greets for a lot of people, and they haven't always been female-fronted bands or female
Do you-
artists or whatever.
Do you bring something that you personally embroidered for every one of them, or just for a few?
Just for a few, and it's
Okay.
usually just my underwear.
Right.
I take them right off.
Gotcha.
There was another chick just like that, where the people that work with her, like I'm sure like the managers,
Yeah, yeah.
bar, the band crew, like Evanescence was like that. Amy
Really?
Lee,
Well,
you couldn't stand behind her, you can't put your arm around her and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's rules. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
See now, the love of my life.
Oh, come on. Oh, wait, I think I know who it is. Lizzie Hale?
Yeah.
Lizzie Hale from Hailstorm.
That's my baby.
My guy has her personal cell phone number in his phone.
I do. I really do.
Yeah.
And it's not because she left it on the side of the stage and I just put mine in and called it. It wasn't like that, I promise.
I didn't airdrop it, I swear.
No, she is, that's my baby.
She's gorgeous. She's talented.
Yeah.
She's just a really good human all around.
Well, she came in the Starland Ballroom and was filling in for a band. And this is before she even had that one hit that came, that dropped. It was called I Get Off.
Yep.
And it was before I think she even shot that video.
Mhm. You familiar with the band?
No, I'm not.
Oh, dude,
Hailstorm?
it's a good listen.
Oh,
It's
man,
a very
great
good
listen.
listen.
That's my baby. But I was hitting on her the whole time. And I don't have such a cool story like you do. Like it actually really was bad, and I was embarrassed.
Uh-oh.
Really?
Yeah. She comes in all like rock starred out, leather jacket, the pants, but they're carrying their own equipment. They had a van pull in with like a trailer in the Pennsylvania place. They're from Pennsylvania. And I was like, I see, this like Lizzie Hale chick. And I was like, she had jet black hair. And I was like, oh man, that chick's hot as fire. And I'm ready to go, hit on her. And I was hitting on her. And I'm like, let me help you carry some equipment, whatever I got to do to hit on you. And, the rest of the band's coming in. And I was like, which one of you boys is tapping that, huh?
It's
Huh?
all her
Oh,
brothers.
no.
Her brother's the drummer.
Oh no.
Oh, no, it's right.
Whoops.
Yikes.
Yeah, I'm just joking. I'm
Yep,
just joking.
I'm just playing around, guys. How you doing? How about those Eagles down there, Penzi?
Can I buy you a beer?
Oh, she bought me a shot. She bought me a shot of Jaeger.
Oh, it's
Lizzie.
awesome.
Oh, my God. Talk about striking it low.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well, I guess
that
it
was not good.
could have been worse, but that was not good.
But a friendship blossomed out of that. So,
Oh, absolutely.
I think that's awesome.
So you're friendly with her now?
Text her to, just say what's up. Or
Check
she's
in on
like,
her brother.
yeah.
Hey, how's your brother doing?
Hey, I'm only using you to get to your brother. So, like, I'll text her when she comes into like PNC or like a couple days prior or like, playing around our area. And then I'll just be like, hey, Lizzie, can't wait to see you. And she's like, oh, make sure you meet us backstage. Come by. But, she gets it now. Like, when I say like the rest of the Rat family, like, Gotts will do whatever he'll do. And then, they let me run around PNC in a diaper for crying out loud,
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I got to go hang out with Lizzie. And they're like, dress like that? What's your pass? And I'm like, this is the pass.
This is the pass. Duh. Like, you better get somebody on the horn because this is the pass.
I don't know if you heard. I'm the guy in the diaper.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But I brought her on
That's
stage in a diaper. She requires that now when I see her. And she's like, is God still around? Oh, yeah, he's bringing us on in a diaper.
The only,
If you recall, go ahead.
and that's why I asked you about Ash Costello, because I could have sworn when they came through, you hung out on the beach with the three of them, Maria, Lizzie, and Ash.
This is through your binoculars. You saw them clearly through your binoculars.
No, I swear I saw pictures. I swear I thought you showed me pictures, or am I just making this all up? I could have sworn you spent the day on the beach hanging out with them.
If I did, I was hammered.
Ah!
Thank God I didn't go in the ocean that day.
Goodness.
And if I probably got naked. Like Maria Brigg was probably like, oh, what you do, another polar bear plunge?
You a Ken doll?
Oh, jeez.
Like that guy at Dick's Sporting Goods.
No,
Jumped in,
Bass
Bass
Pro
Pro
Shops,
Shop.
yeah.
Bass Pro Shops.
I still recall when I did that, man. I got naked in front of the chick, and she really was laughing at me.
Come on.
She's like, what the hell is that, Gotts?
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and I was like, I just did a polar bear plunge. She's like, Gotts, it's August. I was like, son of a...
Fuck.
Fuck! Wait, kidding.
Get out, bitch.
You with this thing, okay?
Yeah.
My goodness.
Get lost, lady.
Holy shit.
I've been doing good, though. I've been doing real good.
Yeah.
How so?
Oh, yeah, man. I had, what was it, like last summer, I had the booty call going.
Yes.
You ever have, like, the one booty call, Friends with Benefits?
Mm-hmm.
I had that last summer.
Were you the booty caller or the booty callee?
Well, we had a keyword.
Uh,
We would text each other.
nice.
So the keyword was, I guess I'll
Like
say
the
it
money
now.
shot? Like the
Yeah,
rap
like a money
shot?
shot. No, the WRT.com. No. I had, our keyword was Snoopy.
Okay.
So either she would text me Snoopy or I would text her Snoopy. So
Man, it's on.
yeah, like, can we do this? And like the best was like she would text me Snoopy and I'd go to her place and like lay pipe, whatever, get the groove on. And she's like, "Why is your car still running?" And I was like, "Cause I'm in and out of here so quick, man. I didn't even have to turn my car off. I was in and out of like Bin Laden's compound, like SEAL Team
Wow.
6. Just wham, bam,
Thank you, man.
start the video.
True MVP. True MVP.
Crazy,
You
right?
Left the car running. I'll be quick.
Snoopy.
I'll be
Left
quick.
the car running.
That's
You
a
know,
good
I'm
system
I'm
to
gonna
have,
text
too.
you like every day, Snoopy. Now from like forever.
Well, that's gonna be a problem. For you, I'll turn the car off.
I'll leave the door.
Hey, boys, if you guys don't mind, can we rewind real quick? We were talking about young starters and quarterbacks. Just real quick. I
Yeah,
don't
for
want to
sure.
get
No,
off the
for
subject.
sure,
Go
for
ahead.
sure.
You just had me thinking a little while ago. We were saying like, "Oh, I'm rooting for that young store quarterback," right?
Jordan Love.
I wanted to say before, and I just didn't get a chance to. I had a kid in mind. I actually went up and met him, and I was like, "Man, I got high hopes for you. I got high hopes for you." And like people were like busting his chops, saying like, "Yeah, just put him to bed. This is this is it for him." And I thought he had like a Cinderella story. Now I'm gonna drop his name, and he's a Jersey boy. And he goes by the name of Tommy Cutlets DeVito.
The guy.
Yeah.
Is his 15 minutes over?
That's just it. I don't know.
Is it
you think
over?
another team's going to pick him up or?
Oh, he's done with the Giants? That's
No,
it?
no, no. Everybody's saying like, yeah, he just had his 15 minutes of fame and
Yeah, I think he did kind of have his 15 minutes. It was like you remember Lynn Sanity with Jeremy Lin on the New York Knicks?
Oh, the basketball guy.
Yeah.
Well, he
where
was like 9
super
feet
hot.
tall.
No. You're thinking of a different guy.
Oh.
That's actually
Sports
pretty.
guy.
yeah, he was
that's
on the
actually-
beach with me too.
The sports
Yeah.
guy.
Right, yeah.
So was I.
He was opening. He was holding the bottle opener. No, I think that Tommy. The thing with Tommy Cutlets is that he is like 25 or 26 years old, and he was undrafted. So like it's the odds are against him with as old as he is and as kind of low on the depth chart as he's been. The odds are not in his favor. The odds are. Not
I
in
didn't
his
realize he was that old. I thought he was like 20 years old, 21
Most
years
people
old.
think that. Yeah, most people think that, but he's actually he was an older rookie, older undrafted rookie.
Yeah, some, third, well, he played for the practice squad or something. right?
Exactly. Yeah, he defied all the odds to get to where he was, and then he performed great for a little while, but it's only a very little while. And he actually was playing poorly and ended up getting benched for cause. Like, it wasn't just like, hey, the other guy's healthy now, you're out. He got benched mid-game for the other guy because he wasn't performing well. Like he had a little bit of a spurt.
Right.
It's not to say that he could never develop into anything, but I think what he ended up doing, if best case scenario in the near term, is just solidifying himself as a legitimate backup quarterback in this league.
Yeah.
Where he's going to have a job, he's going to catch on somewhere. If it's not in New York, it'll be somewhere, and he's going to be a backup quarterback in this league for a long time who could probably come in and win you a couple of games. But
I believe that.
yeah, I think
I could
that's,
definitely see that.
he's established himself. He's going to have a career in the league, but I don't see him being like the savior of New York. Like that's over.
Yeah, holding the fingers up like that.
That's
yeah,
over.
yeah.
Yeah, that's done.
I'll tell you one thing. I heard that he still lives at home with his parents.
Yeah.
Sure does. That's why they call him Tommy Cutlets, because they asked him. He was like, "Oh, I like to stay at home. I live at home. I eat my mom's chicken cutlets."
It's insane.
Yeah.
That's why they call him Cutlets.
That's why they call him Cutlets.
His manager, his agent, is something else.
Yeah,
I
his-
don't like.
He
his
was
agent.
there with me as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
was he
yeah.
dressed? Was he dressed like
No,
like an asshole.
like the
Okay.
fedora
like a
hat and
Goots?
everything.
Yeah,
Yeah, he wasn't looking like he just walked off The Sopranos or nothing.
Right.
Like
Yes. Yeah. I
Fucking
told, we were
asshole.
talking about that, and I
Yeah.
feel like
He
was-
looked like he could be like a snake in the grass.
That's what I
kinda
mean.
guy.
Like he's got that. He's got that. I don't trust you face.
right, and that's agent. Like I mean, that he wears,
Yeah,
that's
and-
an agent right there, right?
And those other reports when Tommy was supposed to go to like sign stuff, they wanted 10 grand, then he bumped it up to like 20 grand.
Oh, at the
Yeah.
pizzeria.
Well,
Yeah.
when I met him, it was after that whole conflict. We were at a deli, and they were called Bogey's Hoagies up in Hawthorne, New Jersey,
Okay.
right outside Patterson. And I think they gave him, I could be wrong, but, that was just, like I said, the scuttlebutt around the water fountain was $10,000.
Whew.
They
For
gave
the
him
appearances.
for the
That's the thing.
appearance.
He also. I think that what ended up happening was he didn't his play tailed off a little bit.
Yeah.
And he started to capitalize on his 15 minutes by doing these appearances, allegedly bumping up the thing, trying to get his money in. And then I think where he really jumped the shark was he did a commercial with his mother for Rayo's marinara sauce.
For the Cutlets chicken.
They're putting the marinara
Yeah.
sauce on the chicken in the
She
commercials.
was there too.
but they got killed because no self-respecting Italian doesn't make their own sauce
Their
at
own
home.
sauce, yeah.
Wow.
So they did the jar sauce commercial, and it completely that was like people were like, "Well, what is
Yeah,
this?"
dude,
That
You
blew
know?
up in their face, huh?
Exactly.
Like, dude,
exactly.
do car
Wow.
insurance or like something. Like
You could have done anything.
Papa
they did.
John's.
They did Rayo's
Used cars.
marinara
Right.
sauce.
You buy this car, I'll
That's right. Could have done anything.
Wow.
Waste garbage pails.
Exactly,
You know, like
with the
whatever.
Italian or
be
soprano
funny, right?
thing.
Be smart about it. But no, they did jar sauce and got roasted by the Italians.
Wow.
Yep.
I didn't even hear about that
Mhm.
before.
I saw the commercial before I heard about. I mean, I saw it. I guess they must have ran it for a brief period of time and then pulled it right away
wow.
because people were like, "What the hell is this?" But I saw it and I was like, "Is this guy for real?" Because you started to hear about the controversy with the 10,000 suddenly being 20,000 and all this other stuff, and I'm like, okay, he's capitalizing on his 15 minutes. You can't fault the guy. This is America after all.
Right.
But then when the sauce commercial came out, I was like, oh boy. And since then, it was like,
I knew they were gonna be up
Bye-bye.
to something because everybody does the chicken noodle soup or whatever, beef chicken with their moms.
right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yep.
So I was like, they're gonna be doing something. I didn't
was-
know they already.
It was essentially that, but it was
Spawned on
marinara sauce in a jar.
Wow.
could
They
have
got
picked
roasted.
anything.
Could've been-
Anything.
How much
been
money
anything.
they get from it?
That I don't know. But the amount of money could not have been more than the damage it did to his rep in that moment.
Plus, they're not airing it all throughout the country.
No, definitely not.
Like
But
you
it
wouldn't
only
see Tommy
matters-
Cutlets in like San Francisco, or
Definitely not.
Texas or something.
But
doing
it only
that.
matters
No.
around here, and around
Exactly.
here is where the Italian Americans know that you should be making your sauce at home.
Right. Right.
The
Right.
Sunday gravy.
Exactly.
That's not the prime spot to be airing that commercial for
No,
around
no,
here.
exactly. So it was a huge miss by them. The agent in the silly suit kind of went a little too far with the act, and it blew up in their face. But
I totally think so.
I think if he cleans that up, if he cleans all this up, then he could be a legitimate backup in the league for sure. He can have a career, but I don't know that he's necessarily starter material for a franchise.
Well, I mean, the kid doesn't even have to travel far from work. He only lives like 10 minutes
Yeah, you
away.
think he
you
still
know?
rides his bicycle or something.
May as well.
Right.
Yeah, you may. As
I mean,
well.
like he's like me at the rat over there.
Me with this place. Like, dude, I walk to work most of the time.
Right.
It's like,
I mean, it's
Crazy.
crazy. I mean,
really is.
the craziest thing I heard, he was only making like 20 grand for being on the practice squad, and then when he was starting, it went up to like 250,000.
yeah, like the league minimum or whatever.
Yeah, they had to pay him that. I was like, talking about a pay raise, man.
Holy
sure.
shit.
Yeah, and I mean, I think he made himself money by playing as well as he did for the brief period of time, because there's going to be some coach, even if it's not with the Giants, some coach is going to look at his resume there, those games he put on tape, and they're going to say, I can work with that guy.
Mhm.
He could be a backup for us. He could run my system, da-da-da-da-da.
He's got
So-
potential.
Exactly. He made himself some money this year for sure, but he's got to realize that he's no star. It's
You
not-
think he would just like, you said you're making a little money, like get out of your parents' house now, man.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna see some Tommy Cutlets off-season news, some off-season moves from the boy Tommy Cutlets. Tommy Cutlets is gonna become a man.
Yeah, I think so. I think
He's gonna ask for a trade and be like, "Oh, but don't make it too far. Can you send me to the Jets?"
yeah, yeah. Let's go to the
He
Jets.
moves across the hall in his mom's
Right.
house.
No, he takes their master bedroom, moves them into the basement.
Wow.
You guys are in the basement. This is my house now.
I can
And I
see
still want
something like
cutlets.
that.
I still
I can
want cutlets.
definitely see something like that out of that kid.
Mom, need the cutlets.
That's awesome. Holy shit. But yeah, man,
Absolutely
dude,
crazy.
thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking
Gods,
the time
thank you for
out
coming in,
and
man.
hanging out.
Absolutely,
Really,
boys.
it
Thanks for
really
having
means
me,
a
man.
lot.
I appreciate
Yeah.
it.
It was a blast, and we always say that once you're here, you're family.
Oh man,
Right.
vice versa.
So
boys.
please, the door's always open.
the
if you
door's
ever,
always
if you ever want to
open.
come back and hang out, you're more.
Oh
than
my
welcome.
God, man! I appreciate this so much,
Yeah.
man. Absolutely.
Oh,
Thank
and
you
what I
guys.
wanted to touch on real quick from earlier when we were talking about all the charity stuff, and I know like, you know, you're locked in and you have all your stuff, but if you ever need help with any of the charitable stuff,
Oh
please.
man, absolutely.
we would, and I'm speaking for everybody on the team, like we would be more than happy to help. In any
Absolutely,
way we
man.
can.
That's my brother right there.
Yep,
Thank you guys
absolutely.
so much for that, bro. And thanks for having me on, man. This is beautiful.
Of course.
Two clouded minds, baby. I love you guys. This is your boy Gots right here on 95.9 The Rat. God bless. Let's rock this bad boy.
Hell yeah. Awesome, guys. Thank you
Fantastic.
so much.
Love you guys.
We'll see you next week. If you want to check us out, we are, see, it's weird. The Two Clouded Mind Show on all social media and on YouTube. Also, if you want to stalk us individually, I'm at Little Guy Chris28.
DC in the city on all social media.
Gots, where can they find you?
Jail. No, just check me out at Gots at W.
There you go.
And as always, guys, stay clouded.